Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another week here of the sparkling Tuna Cup number 102, your weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. I'm, of course, just VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing... Sorry, I'm a little bit unwell today. By these amazing players, by the Google chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all, as we are jumping into our initial best of 3! Exclamation mark, be in the chat. If you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves, the bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we are jumping into our best of 3 and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Pylon. We have the red Terran player, representing the Planet Heroes. It is Nickeract. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Italian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. It is Ledlix for the Planet Heroes. Sorry, I'm just dying. But if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 3. And also a big shout to Psycons. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the resubscription for 9 months. For 9 months, 8 months in a row. Thank you so much for the support as always as we are jumping into our first series, into our first match. The round 16. Let's go. Let us go. Again, get your Gamba going while you can. Coming into this, Nickeract is going to be the favorite player, but we'll see if Ledlix can hold his own and can take it to Nickeract. Here we go. Okay, I do apologize. I'm just so coughing quite a bit today. Hopefully I do not lose my voice throughout the course of this broadcast. That would be disastrous, but hopefully we're okay. We're okay. As now we're just calming down and getting to our opener. So far we have our economic opener at Nickeract going for a max expand. A single gas geyser out of our Terran player. Meanwhile across the map we do have Ledlix likewise settling in as well. Going for his own gate into Cybercore into expansion. Nothing crazy, nothing wild, not yet. But welcome one and all to Pylon. Pylon is known for aggression, is known for very much so being in each other's faces. And we'll see which of our players is going to be the initial aggressor here on Pylon. Let's go. Let us go. Oh, it's... I just realized. my apologies, fine. But here's it gonna be. Is it gonna be TBD or TBD? True, hold on, I'll cancel it. My apologies, I didn't realize. Hold on. Let's Lex. Beautiful. I'll fix it up. Ah. It was a hard one to call. It was a hard one to call. Round of 16. Alright, there we go. Now it should be Gamba time properly. You're like, but now I can't pick TBD. True. My apologies. I love the people still predicted, by the way. Other people, they still put their Gamba on the line. It was crazy. Oh my god. So again, I did refund. I refunded earlier. You should have gotten it back. It's all good. But now there we have 2 more gates, so it's going to be 3-gate blink out of Ledlix. And meanwhile, we do see Nickeract back at home going into his own 1-1-1 setup. Hallucination Scout does get eyes on things. Ledlix completely checking. He does get eyes on the would-be add-on swap, and I believe he saw the starport mid-air. Here we're going to be committing into Cloak Banshee. Likewise, another add-on swap into tank production as well. So much more tech-heavy and a pretty intense follow-up here out of Nickeract. Likewise, does dive past the army, goes to the mineral line, and he can one-shot. He can, and he will. It's going to be 4 Hellions getting to the middle line. It's going to be 3 probes going down already. Getting 3, getting into 5. Oh no! They turn around to fight. That's going to be up to 10 probe kills. Ay. Did I say 10? Up to 16. Oh my god, 16 workers do go down. Behind the Ledlix getting a 3rd base. Meanwhile, Nickeract, he's going to try to recover here, going for his own follow-up. I mean, Cloak Banshees are about to hit the field. He already has momentum, and he's not going to stop. Here come the Banshees. Cloak is almost done. There is going to be a robot. There is going to be a detection of some kind at least, but as you can see when it comes to the upgrades, I assumed it was going to be Blink. It is going to be Charge instead. And that won't really help too much, not against these Cloak Banshees. The Banshees are going to be moving in. There's going to be that much less to defend. As Cloak is done in 5 seconds and the Robo is still not yet complete. Oh boy. Yeah, this is going to wreak havoc here. And the Banshee does arrive. The Banshee does 2 shots, getting 1, 2, almost up to 3. 2 probes so far. Rotates into the main. We have Cloak. Yeah, there we go. Cloak is activated, and this is game-ending damage. This is game-ending damage here. Getting up to 5, 6 probe kills. GG gets called, and Nickrat, he will take game number 1. He will take a lead in the series. GG. Got a solid game 1 there out of Nickrat. Popping off again, doing critical damage with his Hellion run by, and the game-ending blow there. The game-winning blow was the Cloak Banshee. Unfortunately, Lelex was already crippled, and then he was just shut down completely. GG. GG, well played. Nickrat takes the lead, and now we're jumping into game 2. We'll see if Nickrat can claim the series 2-0 here and now, or if Lelex can fight back. As game 2 is going to be on Maganatha. Here we go. Imagine not predicting TBD to win. True, true. Ah, no. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the Red Terran. The Red Terran himself leading the series 1-0. Representing the Planet of Heroes, it is Nickrat. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Italian Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss also representing the Planet of Heroes. But down in the series, it is Lelex. Go. He is here, he is back. And again, we'll see if he can recover, we'll see if he can force the ace match. So far, Nickrat has a comfortable lead, and we'll see if he does adjust. Remember, last game we had a more economic opener into Hellion Dive, into Cloak Banshee, and we didn't really get into the mid-game. It ended before we could really get things going. And we'll see if that's the case here as well. I'm hoping not. Hoping that Lelex can tighten up his early game defense. As we are scouting. It's going to be double gas this time. Okay, double gas opener, faster tech. Faster tech, faster factory. So there's the expansion. On the way. From here, we can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion, we can go into a committed mine drop, we can go into faster tech lab, faster starport, into faster Banshee production. Nickrat does have options. Here comes your early attack lab. Okay. So earlier attack lab on the Rex. Going for the add-on swap into early Cyclone. Not Hellion. Okay. Hellions. Cyclones are on the way. As a reminder, last game we had Twilight Council into charge, and again, we just didn't really get into any charge, also didn't really get into the game itself. But on the larger map, I'm sure that Lelex is more tempted to go into blink, not charge. Let's see if Hallucination does move out. Hallucination moves out. Gets eyes on the 1-1-1, gets eyes on the auto swap into the tech lab, so now he has a better idea. He's going to charge once again. Ooh, this is interesting. So once again, rushing into charge. Now he did see the add-on swap, and we can see it is going to be fake Cloak Banshee. Okay. Does go for the fake outs. We'll see how Lelex responds. He's still going into charge. Still no blink stalkers. he's scouting. Attacked by Swords the Reaper. Lurks in, spots the tech. What did the hallucinations see? Did see the research. So looking more like Cloak Banshee. This time it's going to be regular Banshee. Once again, we have very early tank production out of Nicorette. Building up his tanks. This time there's no big commitment into Hellions. Making his way into the main. Just a single Widow Mine. Again, just some light pressure as he's hyper-fixated on building up his tanks. And this should be a 2-base push. With tanks, with Mass Marine, without Stim. I will say that Charge is ideal against Fatigue. Oh no! Match for himself. Gets 2 probes. Thankfully, only 2. So we are building up. And here we go, we pull the boys, Now, if this was against a standard opener, I would favor Nicorette, but specifically against early Charge and early Immortal production, which isn't happening, we're making Observers because we scouted the Banshee play, so we have a commitment here into the Observers instead. But with early Charge, we could try to collapse on this, but alas, Alexi does not see the move out, he doesn't see this coming. Also, I'm still dying. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Nicorette, he's moving in between the bases. They'll take him in from behind. And they will collapse on top of the first tank. Oh. They may get 1 tank. No, not even. The repairs are far too good here. The boys have pulled mass repair on the tanks. Tanks do survive. And from here, Nicorette is going to snowball out of control. There's no stopping him. There's no stopping Nicorette. Takes on the pylon. Depowers the robo. I thought there might have been a chance with Charge, but again, he didn't see this coming ahead of time. He wasn't able to set up ahead of time either. He was faked out by the cloak, and instead we just sent it right down mid. And with that, there's just not much here. There's just not much here, not much left. The base is going to go down. Nicorette rotating over towards the third. Lelis is going to try to escape, try to get away. Bold move there by Nicorette, swayed by Lelis, but alas. He does counterattack with 3s. Yo, we got 3. Let's go. We got 3 Zealots. We got 3 Zealots across the map. Never mind. He's plenty to defend. Likewise, we got the 1 Archon as well, but we still have 2 Banshees and 2 tanks here to work with. GG gets called. Nicorette does overwhelm, and Nicorette will claim the series 2-0. Advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations. Nicorette will claim the series. Again, did come in as the favored player. Really strong showing, and we'll see who is going to be facing off against him in the next round, if anyone. This was a fast series. It's a very fast series. Let's catch up with the bracket. Exclamation mark. Be in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Let us switch our scenes over and figure out what the hell is going on, as this was the fastest series. God damn it. Was hoping that things would line up a little bit here, but alas, we did find ourselves in the fastest series of the bracket. From the top, we have some time to catch up. We have ByuN. He's waiting for the winner of Atherox and Ragnar. Atherox is a Korean Zerg player, coming in as a favorite player, but best of luck to Ragnar. When it goes up against ByuN, scoring down, we have MidVK up against Rebellion in the bottom portion of the bracket. We also have Gerald versus Patient. They're currently facing off. We have Percival versus Troy Galaxy. They're also facing off in the round of 16. We have Trigger waiting for the winner over Lord Riz and Blue Knight scoring down. Oh, we just got an update. We got a walkover as Atherox does get the walkover, and is going to be facing against ByuN in that round of 16 match. Scoring a little bit further down, we have NightMare. NightMare's up against Davlatos, and Shameless is up against Triple. Here we go. Oh boy, so we have a couple of updates coming in. At least we have some of those updates, and from the top here, Ideally, we did want to follow Nickracht into Trigger. That was the goal. Like, Trigger, he's not the most active of players currently. Like, he used to be a lot more active in these online tournaments, but in recent times, he's kind of taken a step back and focused on other aspects of his play or just other aspects of his life. But here we have Trigger signing up here this week, so I look forward to seeing some Trigger action at some point in this tournament. As we get another update, Percival takes down Toy Galaxy 2-0. In my eyes, I'm looking at the potential Gerald versus Percival. That looks spicy, or Trigger versus Nickracht. But it looks like the potential Trigger versus Nickracht, it's going to take some time. It's going to take a long time to get there, so we're going to park ourselves over on the Americas server, and hopefully we can find the next series. Hopefully. As the round 16 is underway. Likewise, for those that are tuning in for the first time, of course, this is a weekly tournament. Every single week we do host and organize the Sparkling Tuna Cup. It is also funded by the people, for the people. It is funded by Patreon. Again, if you look at our Patreon, you can see underneath the bracket on the right hand side, we currently do earn 472 USD a month, and out of a goal of 500. And again, that is to reach our next big stretch goal to boost the prize pool even further for our tournaments. So again, it is all funded via Patreon. If you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon to help grow our tournaments. Also, you can support us via Matcherino as well. Exclamation mark, whether it's Patreon or Matcherino in the chat. Different ways to support us. Speaking of support, specifically this week we have a boosted prize pool. Let's go. As typically we have a 100 USD prize pool, but this week it is going to be doubled, essentially doubled. As this week we have a sniper, I believe. Hold on. One moment though here. But Sniper, he did actually donate 100 USD to the prize pool, doubling it. Crazy, Papi. Calm down, Papi, calm down. I believe a Canadian content creator. I believe he does a little bit of casting. He does organize tournaments from time to time as well. I know that he did organize a bunch of Ukrainian tournaments a while ago and has been running his own league in previous years as well. But of course, I'm referring to Sniper Snarcraft. And again, he did donate 100 USD, crazy amounts, doubling the prize pool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much here to Sniper for the support. I'm sure the players will appreciate it as well. Thank you. Thank you. Este Sniper. Calm down, Papi. Calm down. Likewise, we do have some other updates coming in. Looks like Middle VK takes down Rebellion 2-0, and we are going to be going on a short break. Again. Oh, as looks like we have an update here. Lord Riz takes down Blue Knight. Gets a walkover over Blue Knight as well. So a couple of matches are going to be ongoing. We are going to wait for our next series, though. Again, I'm looking at either Geralt and Percival or Trigger and Nickracht. Best of luck to all the other players, though. Best of luck in their upcoming matches. Best of luck. Otherwise, we're going to be going on a short break, and we'll see you guys soon in a couple of moments here with our next match with some more StarCraft. See you soon. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second series of the broadcast. Welcome back to the round 16. We're jumping in mid-series here, as looks like game 1 did occur off stream, but we're jumping into game number 2. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player representing Clan X-Space. It is Patient. And I'm a little bit less familiar with Patient as a player. I have seen him from time to time pop up in these brackets and is more of an amateur player, and we'll see how he can compare here to Gerald. Again, when it comes to these early first round matches, there might be a little bit more of a skill disparity between the two players. We'll be mainly here to follow them into the next round, and we'll see if Patient can hold his own as he does open up 2x Reaper. Okay, so cheeky build here by Patient, throwing down his second racks in the main base. Likewise, can also fully wall off to keep his opponents in the dark. You have my attention. Let's go. Let's go. It's the Patient. Unfortunately, not Patience. That feels bad, man. Feels bad. But almost there. So from here, we are going to be setting up. So far, Gates Hyper expand out of Gerald. Likewise, that Patient back at home. Not 2x Reaper is making Marines, which means we're looking for, I would imagine, an earlier stim timing into 3x, maybe even a 4x one base all in. Reactor is on the way, no tech lab yet. Going for another reactor as well. Interesting. That's still mining gas. Still getting everything up and running. We're expecting more Raxes, and this is looking more and more like a one base all in. Okay. And we'll see if Gerald can get a piece or can get an idea of what's going on. No sentry yet. Does open Stalker first. So Stalker base opener, there we go. Sentry follow-up, does need that hallucination. Marines are amassing. I'm still concerned about the lack of tech lab. Again, if that was a tech lab instead of a reactor, we could start stim. Like we have the money. We have the money for it. Where's the stim? Where's the upgrade? What's going on? As we're banking a lot of resources. Ooh, we're expanding. Oh. Okay. So this is not a one base all in, and Patient is behind. He is behind. Going into 2x double reactor mass marine like this isn't really achieving anything is the problem. As the hallucination confirms that there is an expansion, confirms the mass marine, confirms that there are no upgrades. Because there's no upgrades, there's no timing ahead of us, and because we're expanding, there's no all in either. So this mass marine isn't doing much of anything. Maybe the best option here would be to move out across the map just to try to force a reaction, but the problem is that Gerald knows that he's not all in. Like, he saw the tech, he saw the expansion. Like, Gerald knows that he's safe. He knows that he's safe. Behind this, going into a 3-gate setup. Marines are moving out, but there's no bite behind this. I was letting him cook, Pappy. I was letting him cook, but it's gotta go back to the kitchen, Pappy. It does feel a little bit undercooked here as the Marines that rock up. We have force fields to slice up the army to lock it down. The shield battery ensures that nothing dies to the Protoss, and oh, that's gonna be every Marine going down here. Brutal losses here for Patience. We're going for the proxy, and Geralt will punish. Lassie will punish. We'll chase Patient down. And I don't think Patient survives this. I'll be honest. So, because they're making their way in, they deny the bunker. Bunker is cancelled. There's a tank on the way. Blink is now done, which means we can just dive on the tank. And the tank will soon be revealed. There's a tank. Tank volley goes off. Boys are being pulled. Still waiting for extra stalkers. There's that hacker vision. Gerald will soon confirm how little there is. He sees the single tank. And he's going for it. He's going for the dive. Blinks in. 2 shots. Takes down the tank and will take down everything. We'll focus it all down. The boys are being pulled, and Gerald, he has snowballed out of control. He's kiting back, being for the SCVs. Again, the opener was just very lackluster. I was leaning towards like 3 different things. It could have been 2x Reaper, it could have been a 3 or 4x 1 base all in, but it was 2x into expand. It was just a shaky build. GG gets caught, and Gerald, he will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. We do make it through here to the quarterfinals. Congratulations to Gerald. A big shout out to Patience for competing here, of course. Again, more of an amateur player here, and I don't exactly know what happened in game 1, but here in game 2, got to see one of his own openers, it feels like, and again, a little bit rough around the edges. Did fall behind early on as a result, and yeah, it was just a shaky follow-up there from Patience. With that, GG well played. Gerald, he will claim the series, and now we're getting into our next matchup. We're going to be getting into our next best of, specifically best of 3 quarterfinals. Bam! If you remember, Gerald, he already has an opponent waiting for him, and it's going to be quite a match as well. It's not going to be easy here. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the back yourselves. Looks like we have some updates. A lot more, actually. We have ByuN versus Aatrox, currently mid-series. We have MiddleVK waiting for the winner of ByuN and Aatrox. We have Gerald advancing on a face-off against Percival. That is going to be our next series. That's going to be a banger of a matchup as well. It's going to be a lot harder to call. The heavy hitters, they're facing off. The big names are signed to face off here in the quarterfinals. Scrolling down, Trigger is still mid-series against his current opponent, and of course we have NightMare taking down Dave Latos. We have Shameless taking down Triple, and we have NightMare versus Shameless in the quarterfinals as well. Oh boy. So best of luck to the 2 Protosses as they face off in a PvP, and we are going to be focusing our attention here on, of course, Gerald versus Percival leading into the semi-finals. Let's go. Can we stick with Gerald? We typically, when we cast a player, we follow them into the next round. I appreciate giving some recommendations as to what to cast, but we already locked into what we're covering, into what we're casting. So we're going to be following Gerald into Percival, into most likely the upper semis. It depends on when the upper semis becomes available. Depending on how long ByuN versus Aatrox is, we might be able to go into the upper semis after that, or we might go into one of the lower matches instead. Depends how things line up, as it looks like certain areas of the bracket are a little bit, they're taking a little bit longer. So vetoes are underway, and we will soon be jumping into our series. Let's go. For now, we're going to be going on a short break while we conduct our vetoes, and then we'll have our next matchup. See you soon. See you soon after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our quarterfinals, the first series here of the quarterfinals in the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 102. We are here. We are back with another Terran versus Protoss matchup. Purely TVPs. We're used to it, we're used to it. As we're jumping on in and spawning in our top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have our Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player. We have the blue Terran himself representing himself, currently teamless. It is Percival. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we jump into our PVT. And we have two players that are almost polar opposites here. Gerald and Percival, they're both very strong players in their own right. It was only a couple days ago where Gerald did take down ByuN, but we've spoken about this before. Gerald, he has beaten players like ByuN, he's beaten players like Cure. Gerald has some killer PVT, specifically in a longer and later game. If he can get to a 4-base economy, Gerald, he can take it to the best of them. 100%. As we have seen him in less than a week's time, he already took down players like ByuN, like Cure, like these big Terran names. Gerald, he can pop off. On the flip side, Percival, he's hyper aggressive. Double gas opener, by the way. But we often see Percival committed to 2-base all-ins. I feel like Gerald is ideal against ByuN just because ByuN, he's known for the mid-game, he's known for expanding, he's known for getting a 3rd CC. ByuN is known for not going for all-ins in this matchup. Meanwhile, Percival is the opposite. Percival, he's known for being hyper-aggressive, in your face, on a lower base count, looking to end things at a moment's notice. So we'll see if Gerald can survive. If he can survive the early to mid game, then Gerald, I will give him the edge, I will give him the lead. Otherwise, it's going to be on Percival here to end things early. Oh boy. So best of luck with your predictions. For the time being, again, double gas opener going for the faster factory, so we have a more tech-heavy style here by Percival. Of course, Gerald does scout, he does confirm the timing of the factory as well, so Gerald knows. Gerald, he knows, he is aware, back at home, getting to his own standard opener as well. As alluded to Tokamak, I should talk about the map a little bit here. We have our tendencies from our players. We know that Gerald thrives in a longer game, Percival thrives in a shorter game, but the map itself is going to be favoring Gerald. Welcome to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the largest maps in the map pool, the most defensive map in the map pool, known for being defensive, known for having a longer rush distance by ground, and known for having a more defendable 3rd and 4th base location. So it is easier to defend on a lower base count. Or easier to defend on 4 bases. The 5th base is a little bit more spread out, but by then, again, Gerald, he should be able to secure himself. We'll see if he can get there. Again, I do favor Gerald specifically on Tokamak, but we'll see what Percival's plan is going to be. As Percival does kite back. The ByuN is still up on the high ground. Ooh, the Hellion will fall, does trade Hellion for a Stalker. I mean, still a better trade for Percival as those minerals for gas. Ideally, Percival did want to preserve that Hellion. Behind the cycle production has begun, another Stalker's poking in. Does have high ground vision. As Gerald, he does want another Reaper. Reapers are getting low. Ooh, one Reaper goes down. And once again, trades 1 for 1. Does trade 1 to 1. I'll still say better trades for Percival, losing a Hellion and a Reaper for 2 Stalkers. I mean, more value there out of our Terran player. Behind this, we have 2 more gates, so 3-gate blink out of Gerald, going for a very safe opener. Very safe, very standard. And here comes the first drop out of Percival. He's moving out. Was moving out across the map. He's got his Cyclone, he's got his Marines. Behind this, going into Glorious Banshee. Because of all the investment into Stalkers, Gerald has had to rebuild those Stalkers, which means no Sentry, no Hallucination, no Scout into the main. Ooh, this is dangerous. This is a little bit dangerous here, especially if Gerald goes for an expansion before the Robo. Drop into the main base, going for probe kills. Yeah, Gerald's out of position. It's going to be 2 probe kills so far. Getting 3, getting 4. Ay. Getting up to 4 kills, and Gerald, he's expanding. Gerald looks like he does want to expand. There it is. There's a Nexus, and I don't see a Robo. I do not see detection, not yet. So Gerald, he is cutting corners. And remember, he has no Sentry, he has no Scout across the map. He's going for a charge as well. I'm concerned he's going to get a Forge and get +1 and do all that without a Robo. As Gerald, he's gaining map control. Cloak is almost done. The first Banshee is across the map. And now would be go time. There is a shield battery in the main base. You can see that there's partially shield battery defense here at the natural. But it looks like we are waiting for that second Banshee. Oh, that's going to be a Templar Archives before Robo as well. Oh, oh, God. Oh, no. The stars are aligning. Here we go. 2 Banshees. It's go time. He's going to pull the trigger. 2 Banshees. That's the sweet spot. 2 Banshees, they one-shot probes. They one-shot workers. And 0 detection. So this is just free damage. There's no Robo, no Stargate, no Forge, no cannons, no Observer, no nothing. Now they do cloak prematurely. So some of the cloak is being wasted here. Does get 1, 2, 3 probes. Then hits the natural. Again, cloak is almost out for one of the Banshees. As we mentioned, was a little bit too premature. Wolves 9 mining. And we'll chase. And this is critical damage. So we're getting up to 10, 11, 12 probe kills. Getting to 13, 14. Can we get 16 probes? We can. And he's going to sack it. He's going to throw the Banshee away. 18 probe kills. That is over a mineral line worth of damage. And there is still 0 detection, by the way. Oh, boy. Now, thankfully, we stop at 2 Banshees. If Percival was committing into additional Banshees, like, he could just keep going and just keep rallying and end the game. Second Banshee goes down. Percival does leave it idle. But already a brilliant, or just a really strong start here for Percival. Oh, boy. Behind this, Percival getting a 3rd CC, building up his own bio army. Now, Gerald, he does have a chance to recover, kind of. There's definitely a chance there's a world out there where he can take a better fight with Storm, right? Storm is finished, Storm is done, and if he can land, like, the most perfect Storms, then he can maybe take a fight. But, it's an uphill battle here for Gerald. If he takes a bad fight, that's going to be game. And even before that, I mean, so you jump into the main base, Gerald's out of position. Stoker's going to be going down. We do see Percival's peeling off towards the left-hand side, going for a split push. Oof. Yeah, brittle mine connections. And Gerald, he'll lose everything. Yeah, he'll lose everything here. We have a drop into the natural, drop into the main base, and the main army towards the 3rd. Everything is on fire. Everything's going to be flashing red. We have a couple of storms to defend, but this is a game ending. As storms, they buy some time, but the drops are still popping off. 26 probes. How many in total? 52. Oh, thank you. 52 probe kills. GG, well played. And Percival, he will tear Geralt apart. He will take game number 1. GG, well played. Whew, does claim the first game. Does take a lead in the series, and Geralt, he has a rocky start here. Unfortunately, Geralt, he was just cutting corners. He was being greedy. He went for a Robo-less build, and remember, it isn't just that he was being greedy and cutting corners. On top of all that, no sentry, no scout. If he had scouted, then there would have been a sign, there would have been a tell, of course, to be able to react and respond, and react with detection, with a Robo, with an observer. But he never did get a sentry, never did scout, never did get a feel for what was going on. So Geralt, he was playing blind. And in the end, he got punished. And now we're getting into our next game. We are getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultralove, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Green Terran, leading the series 1-0. It is Percival. Again, Percival, he went for a bit of a cheekier build, going into those Cloak Banshees completely undetected. He was able to tear Geralt apart, and he did critical damage with his Banshees, and he ended the game with his follow-up drop play. Again, a tri-pronged attack. We had the Cyclone drop at the natural base, we had the double bio drop into the main, and the main army towards the 3rd as well. There was just an army in every expansion, and Geralt could not keep up, not after losing 18 probes. Not after losing so much of his economy. And now we're getting into game number 2. Once again, double gas. Double gas opening here by Percival. So Percival is going for, once again, another tech-heavy start. He's going for a faster factory. And this can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, can lead into committed mine drops, early Cyclone production. Show us what you got. No detection detected. Ah, no. Not like this. It happens, right? Like, you know, what are the odds that your opponent's going Cloak Banshee? Relatively high in current meta. But, you know, Gerald, he was trying to take a chance, trying to take a risk. Almost got away with it. Could have gotten away with it if only it wasn't for Cloak Banshees. Now though we're calming down. As Percival does move out across the map. Move off for a moment. Right behind this, we do have Percival claiming his own natural base. Is committing into Reaper Hellion, at least initially. We'll keep an eye on the tech lab. Starport's on the way. For now, we have our Twilight Council out of Gerald, so once again working towards Blink. I should also emphasize, welcome to Ultra Love. Ultra Love is one of the more aggressive maps in the map pool. This time we do have a sentry. This time there is a sentry opener. Okay. After what happened last game, Gerald, he's like, this time I'm scouting. So sentry base opener, which means we have plenty of hallucinations from the beginning. So Gerald, he will not be caught with his pants down. Meanwhile, the army does get into the mineral line. 1, 2. Ooh, the probes are lining up. Ay, ay, ay. 6 probe kills. 6 workers go down. Brutal damage. 4 shield on the ramp. Thankfully, that's still 8 workers falling. As Reaper does get away. Hallucination to scout. Again, after what happened last game, Gerald, he's all about scouting. Scout will confirm. Gerald, he's trying to catch out some Marines, not bad. Does catch him out. Catches at the ByuN. Behind us, we have very early stim. Okay, a very different build, my apologies. Last game went into tank and into Banshee production. This time, tank into really fast stim. So very fast stim production here out of Percival. It's going for a much earlier stim timing. We have Charge on the horizon. That's going to be a Temple Archives. That is after the 3rd base, so a bit of a greedier build here by Gerald. Going for the faster 3rd, now taking up in towards Storm. But what hits first? I believe it's going to be Stim. First, we're getting a little bit Cavalier. Trading with the Stalkers. That's how those 3 Marines going down, and the Cyclone as well. Oof. Stalkers are very low. But they do survive. Survive. Focus diving in. It's a medevac. Percival is being active. He's being active, getting across the map as well. He does stem in. Gerald, he does miss the move out. There are a couple of they're high tempo, but again, Storm is not ready for this. We spoke about that stim timing. Yeah, we spoke about it. Percival, he can just stim and win. He can claim the fight. Ooh, the Archon does. Oh my god, the Archon. The Archon does hold. Does hold on. God, he defends. Honestly, if Percival, if he moved out with everything, if he went for one massive move out, I don't think Gerald could stop him, but instead went for the drop, which means Storm is going to finish. Storm, it will finish up, and Gerald, he will hold. Gets both medevacs. Now, this will weaken the push. It weakens the move outs. And now Percival, he's going to be later with his push. Sure, he's sitting with +1, but now Storm is ready. How many Storms? 2-Eye Templar. 2-Eye Templar, so far it looks like 2 Storms. So far, waiting for the NG overcharge. There we go. We have more Templar morphing in, getting up to 4. There's the NG overcharge. Percival's getting within range. He's going to force a cancel. Yeah, nice tank shots. Ooh, gets one of the High Templar. Yeah, 1 Templar goes down. Very nice engage here by Percival. Gets his Templar, does move in. There's 3 Templar left. Percival, he's getting within range of the gateways. And you can see he's trying to bait the army, actually dropping over in towards that natural. Ah, but there's a warp in. Yeah, there's a warp in just in time. Ooh, gets a Templar. Gets all 3. No, he gets all 3. That was the only Storm. That was the only Storm. And Percival, he's done it. He's done it. 0 Templar remaining. 0 Storms remaining. Gerald, he's getting a 4th base, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Not anymore. We have Zealot run by. He gets caught by reinforcements. We see Gerald trying to come in from behind. He's going to get punished. Yeah, Stalkers are going down. These Stalkers are so vulnerable on their own. The Archon is close to going down as well. Ooh, a bit of friendly fire. A bit of friendly fire, but alas, Percival, he will still take the fight. And he's going for the kill. Percival is going for the kill, going for the throat. He's sending it back. He's sending it. As we have 1 Storm in the... Oh no! Templar gets taken out. He gets 1 Storm on the tanks. Lands the 1 Storm. But again, Gerald, he has been broken. He has been broken. He's losing bases. Losing his economy. Tanks are pushing further in. And GG, well played, Percival. He will claim the series. He will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played. We spoke about it. We spoke about how Percival, he thrives in the early timid game. He thrives with aggression in 2 different forms, of course. Game 1 was unfortunate for Gerald because he got shut down before really getting into the game. What was it? Cloak Banshee. Remember, there was just no detection. No detection, Cloak Banshees, they basically ended the game, or they at least crippled Gerald to allow Percival to come in and to end it in the first game. Coming into game number 2, we saw that Percival, he went for a much earlier stim timing that we're pointing out. Much earlier stim. With that, he was going for that stim, essentially 2 base all in with stim, with 4 tanks as well. And Gerald, he could not stop him, could not slow him down. He was otherwise distracted. Ideally, as a Protoss player, you want to slow down the push. You want to slow down the push by being active, by engaging ahead of time, forcing early sieges, picking away at the Marines, at the medevacs, and warping in defensively back at home. Unfortunately, because of the first double drop, Gerald recalled. If you remember, he recalled back home, so he didn't see the move out, he couldn't slow it down, and we saw that Percival, he was able to successfully sneak up on the 4th. snuck up on the 4th base, and then that led right into the natural. GG. It also shows just how vulnerable you can be on this map. We spoke about how Ultra Love is known for aggression. This is why, just because of how accessible that natural base is. But with that, GG, well played. And let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Okay, from the top. Oh my god, we have some updates here. We have plenty of updates. We have NightMare. NightMare takes down Shameless 2-0. Big win there for NightMare, waiting for the winner of Trigger and Nickract. Meanwhile, Percival takes down Gerald and is waiting for the winner of ByuN and MindoVK. And we will jump into whichever is available first. Coming into these matches, I would say that ByuN is favored to face off against Percival in the upper semis. Between Trigger and Nickract, it's harder to call. Like Nickract, I would say that he does have some spicy TVP. He can pop off in that matchup as well, and he can definitely threaten Trigger, for sure. So I do think that Trigger and Nickract are going to be a little bit harder to call, but we are going to be jumping into whatever's available first. Bearing in mind that we will be casting both semifinals. Hold on, I can clean this up a little bit here. There we go. There we go. But we are going to be covering both semifinals. They're both going to be casted on the channel, of course. I'm just going to be covering whichever is available first, the upper or the lower. Oh boy, that is going to be the plan. So we're kind of nearing the second half of the broadcast. We have around 3 series left, both semis and then the grand finals. Bearing in mind we also have the raffle as well. That's going to be before the grand finals. There is going to be La Rifa. Of course, hashtag rigged in the chat, as always, Papi, as always. But until then, we are going to be going on a short break. We're going to be going on a short break. Currently, we're waiting for 2 matches, and they're both mid-series. ByuN and MindoVK, they're 6 minutes into the game, and so are Trigger and Nickract. So we have some downtime. For now, we are going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll have a next series, we'll have a next matchup. We'll see you soon. See you soon after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals, or semifinals here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, the STC number 102. Again, our weekly open tournament, and it is funded by the people for the people. If you want to support the tournament, you can do so via Patreon. Otherwise, a big shout to Sniper StarCraft 2. As Sniper did donate 100 USD, doubling the prize pool this week to 200 USD. Crazy, man, crazy. So thank you so much. As we are jumping into our initial series, our first semis, and spawning in the bottom hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is a ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran. It is Percival. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Will it go the way of one Terran or the other, one player from Korea or the other Korean player? Up to you to decide. Now, coming into this, I would say that ByuN is favored. I've been praising Percival quite a lot when it comes to his TVP. We've been seeing Percival take down classic, take maps off of max packs, just go to town on some of these bigger Protoss players. That is true, but I would say his TVT is, would I say it's his weakest matchup? He's been playing a lot of it, true. Percival, he's been playing so much TVT. We've casted so many games between Percival and Bunny, Percival and ByuN, Percival and Cure, Percival and Ryung, Percival and Gumiho against all said Korean Terran players. Percival has played so much over the past 3 months. And he has been improving, true. He has been improving, he has been getting better, but it still feels like this is maybe a bit of a weaker part of Percival's play. We'll see if he can stand tall here against ByuN. We'll see if we can bring him down. So far, double gas open out of ByuN going for the faster factory. Meanwhile, we have a single gas out of Percival, which means faster CC. So Percival is going to be taking a more defensive stance. Meanwhile, ByuN is going to be the aggressor. It's going to be in the face of Percival. First things first, scouting for proxies. ByuN, he does scout, does check the linear third base location, making sure he's safe and sound. So again, a relatively safer start here by ByuN, and now going for the later expansion. Let's go for the later CC. Meanwhile, Percival likewise going for the reactor on that Rex, going for the Atom Swap into reactor Hellion. And ByuN going for his own earlier Cyclone production. Okay, yeah, my intention. Again, earlier factory, earlier Cyclone. It's all coming together, but for now, the early game is going to be relatively passive. ByuN is staying at home, and Percival, he will enjoy a greater economy, as he has the faster natural base. So faster natural, faster orbital, faster mules, faster everything economically. So we are trying to keep up. ByuN is known for being very aggressive in the mid game in TVT. He's known for his drop heavy style, of course. A lot of the other Korean Terran players have been recently playing a lot of mech. We've been seeing a lot from Gumiho, from Maru, from Ryung, and we have seen ByuN dabble a little bit. It's been less so ByuN, it's been more Cure. He's been experimenting a lot with mech in TVT and even in TVP as well. Like He's spent too much time with Maru. He's este Cure. ByuN less so. Like ByuN, he can, don't get me wrong, but he's more so a bio player at heart, thankfully. At least in this matchup. We've seen ByuN embrace mech a lot more against Zerg as of late. True, he has been enjoying the mass cyclone. Not wrong. We should be getting into our bio setup. As ByuN does move out, you can see that ByuN, he's going to be going into early tank and now early liberator production as well. So once again, making use of that greater tech. Is rallying early on. So the Cyclones behind this. And we'll see if we can get any key pickups. Does run a dive, runs into the Cyclone. Comes on in, taking a lot of damage. Ooh, the Medivac is going to be targeted down. Very nice catch here by Percival. He does punish at the same time. Cyclones into the middle line, gets one SCV, but just the one SCV. He has to get the hell out of here. He has to back up. He has to pull away. That was a better fight, a better trade for Percival. Nicely done. And behind this third CC, bam, right into the third CC. So he had the better economy to begin with. You can see here, Percival, he has 38 workers to 33 of his opponents. So he already has a greater economy and is going for it even further with that faster third base. It's a very greedy play here from Percival. ByuN on the flip side, where are we going? What's the plan? as they do run into each other. The Ravens and the Liberator. Ooh, that's first he will force a cancel. Very nice pickup. Does force a cancel. Double eBay, getting to Mass Buyer. ByuN getting a CC at his natural. And likewise going into buy play as well. But all in all, I will say that Percival, he's just had a stronger early game. Now, the scary thing about TVT is that you can have the better early game, you can have the better mid game, but at the end of the day, it may not matter because what it comes down to is positional play. It comes down to your positional play. Are you able to siege up in time? Are you able to rotate in time? Do you catch your opponent out of position? You can be down in supply, but still take some better fights depending on those engagements. So things are looking up here for Percival, but we'll see if he can maintain that. Oh boy. So our Cyclones do trade. Trade with each other. Likewise, Liberator does find some damage. Oh, as we come back a little bit too soon. It's going to be 6 SCV kills, 6 SCVs, and Liberator, he looks like he barely does get away. Whew. Liberator does pull back. ByuN diving in. Oof, we'll lose a full Medivac once again. ByuN getting a little bit cavalier with these drops. But he does get into the middle line once again. Does get 10, 11, 12 SCV kills. Very nice damage. Very necessary damage as well. ByuN has to load up, has to pull away. Keeping Percival busy. Remember, up until this point, Percival, he's had the better economy until this moment. Where now it's going to be 12 worker kills. ByuN establishing his own third. He's slowly catching up. We spoke about it. You can be up in supply, but hey, if you're caught out of position, that can be game. As ByuN is recovering. He's recovering. You can lose that lead, man. That's a better way of putting it. Lose that lead. ByuN going for another double drop. The turret is being replaced, thankfully, for Percival. Does replace that turret. As he scans, he does see that this base is looking quite secure. We got 4 tanks in position. The main base, no, only 1 turret. There is a way into the main. There's a way in. So he does unload. He unloads, takes down the turret. So far, good trades. It's a gas geyser, 3 SCVs. Let's trade well for himself. Likewise, catching out the drop, forcing it back. Percival, he's recovering. This is recovering, being active once again. Can he push up into ByuN? So let's have the Marine lead. He's up in fire. He can go for the anti-armor missile. Oh, does go for it. Missile goes up. Missile goes off. The Medic does go for the Mass Disable, and with that, he's breaking through. He's breaking the siege line again. These Ravens, they pop up. Disables all the tanks. Percival forcing his way through. And he has more disables where that came from. He has plenty of energy on these Ravens. These Ravens are still quite low. Oh! Means they stem in. One Raven goes down. This was going off. So steady here from Percival. I mean, I feel like he could try to force his way in. And here we go. Once he goes for another missile. He does catch every Marine. And Marines getting caught out. Percival, he will take... he should be able to take this fight. I say that Marines, they do barely break through. And ByuN holds. ByuN, he's holding on. Vikings that force a land. Percival, he barely maintains his position. At the same time, he denies a CC. He will get a kill. He will get a kill on the command center. And Percival, he's running away with this game. Again, he had a much stronger early game. On top of that, he was able to punish the drops, able to shut them down. From here, just snowball out of control. Again, Percival, he's so close to breaking ByuN. Now, Percival, he doesn't have to force the issue. ByuN, he's stuck on 3 bases. And Percival, he could just chill and just bide his time, be the first to max out. Or it could just go for drop play. It's tempting. I'm sure it is tempting. There it is. Dropping into the natural. Main army on the right hand side. Drop does unload. It's into the mineral line. Ooh, and that's going to be the entire mineral line going to be going down. At the same time, here comes Percival. Going in. Ooh, pushing into a siege line. Takes down the turrets. Takes down the turret. Should take down the tank as well. Ooh, it's going to be overextending, though. He will lose everything. On the one hand, Percival still has that lead. A lot of that supply, though, on workers. ByuN, he does hold, he does defend. And what's scary is that ByuN, he retains his tank count. That's what's important. The tank count is still solid for ByuN. So even though he's down in supply, because he's up in tanks, he can take a better fight. As he's got 9 tanks against the 5 of his opponent. Percival getting caught unsieged. It's ByuN who'll get 1, 2, 3 tanks. 3 tanks going down. Pushing further in. Again, it's all in. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing for ByuN. He denies the 5th. Oh, he's getting caught out though. There's 2 tanks. I'll pick up their Percival. Very nice. Control. Oh. So Percival is getting caught out a little bit. Losing his Vikings, likewise losing these medics as well. Oof. Throwing away a lot of supply here. We spoke about how tempting it is to go for drops and to move in, but again, Percival, really, we just had to max out. Percival sure he got a mineral line, but he lost his main force. Then gets 2 tanks. Now ByuN, he's caught up in bases. Expansions. The armies, they pass by each other. ByuN, he does miss the main army. There we go. Now he knows. ByuN scans. He scans. He comes in from behind. He will catch the tanks. And Percival, he will lose everything here. The tanks, the Liberators. Percival's pushing towards the south side. And that lead that Percival had, not anymore. Not anymore. Trading too inefficiently. So it's moving out. moving out. He's also going to get surrounded though. What? Yo, we're just taking turns at this moment. When it comes to overextending, as ByuN, he will lose every single tank. Yeah, that was what, 5, 6 tanks? Jesus. Yo, you just don't want to attack in TVT. You just as ByuN got surrounded, caught on siege as well. Okay, we have a back and forth. Let's go. ByuN. This Percival does go for his own drop. Trying to be cheeky, but he will not get the tank. He's holding on. This Percival does claim the center tower. Still very tense here between both Percival and ByuN. Both players have 3-3. Percival does have the better mech upgrades. Both players on 5 bases. Once again, though, it just comes down to the engagements. Oh, speaking of, as ByuN overextends. Pushing into the bio. Let's take a worse fight. ByuN getting caught out. Has to pull away. Percival once again catching out all 4 tanks. Once again, ByuN caught unsieged. Again, as he was sieging, Percival, he was stimming in. Getting caught out. Percival moving in. Tanks, they do siege up. Marines, they come in just in time to reinforce. And Percival, has he finally done it? Has he done it? This is what to defend. There's 2 tanks. There's 1 tank here towards the south. There's another tank towards the left. There's 2 tanks remaining. Percival scans. Once again, just very few tanks here. It's a line of 3 tanks. Vikings do land, and 2 tanks get picked up. Oh, ByuN sees an opening. Going for the drop. Again, there's no... Where are the Marines? Yeah, where's the bio? Marines, they rain down on the tanks, but oh, there's too many reinforcements. GG gets caught. Percival, he overwhelms, and Percival, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. A very intense back and forth. Initially, Percival, he had the stronger start, then he lost that lead, then it went to ByuN, then ByuN lost the lead, then Percival went back and forth, back and forth. Very intense game here. In the end, Percival does come out on top, but was able to capitalize on that most recent blunder from ByuN. GG. GG, well played. With that, Percival, he takes the lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. Getting into game 2, and we'll see if Percival can claim the series. We'll see if ByuN can fight back and force the ace match. Let's go. Let us go. Meanwhile, we do have an update. The lower semifinals are ready, and we do have 2 players confirmed. That is going to be a PvP between NightMare and Trigger. So it is going to be a TvP finals between 1 Terran and 1 Protoss. Which players, though, yet to be determined. As we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran himself, leading the series 1-0. It is Percival. Okay. We go. So we're getting into our turn versus Terran. And again, it was a very intense back and forth here between Percival and ByuN. They both had their moments. They both definitely at different moments had their own leads, had their own advantages. We'll see if we can get there again. It did also help that ByuN was on the back foot from the early game. Percival, he was able to get a faster natural, a faster third base, a greater economy. ByuN attempted to punish, but failed to do so. It wasn't until Percival overextended where ByuN was able to get himself back into the game. Meanwhile, this time double gas, interesting. So this time we have a role reversal. Double gas by Percival, single gas by ByuN. So this time we have a role reversal. Percival, he's scanning for proxy. So Percival, he assumes that ByuN would proxy coming into game number 2. Unfortunately, he assumes incorrectly here. As ByuN is going for a faster command center instead. So faster CC out of ByuN. Percival going for a safer start with a faster factory. The Reapers do trade. Do pick in. Ooh, as ByuN does shoot first. Does give the edge over Percival. Percival gets respected. He has to back off. And behind this, Percival, he's getting into his own Reaper Hellion production. Meanwhile, ByuN going for his own reactor. No faster tech lab here. No rushing into a Cyclone. Not this time. Poke in. Oh, looks like the Hellion should go down. He's down the Hellion. Oh, ooh, does get baited in. Nice control out of ByuN. Base in the Hellion, pulls back the weakened Reaper, and ByuN does take the fight. Whew. Does take the fight. Behind this, got his own Cyclone on the way. Likewise, Percival getting to his own 1-1-1. As ByuN loses Reaper. Percival gets a scatter. Gets further into the bases. And even picks up a couple of SCVs, okay. Gets a couple. Two SCVs. ByuN now moving out with his own counter-attack. The Cyclone is now done, so going for his own Cyclone drop. Back at home, Percival is going for a 1-1-1 into his own Raven production, so much more standard follow-up here out of Percival. We saw this is how he was able to take the first engagements, was with his mass Raven. He was able to pop off in the mid-game. We'll see if he can get there again, as ByuN has arrived, and he does have that Cyclone. Oh. Does get an SCV. One SCV goes down. Ooh, as the Raven does pull away in time, taking a lot of damage. Takes a lot of hits, as we mentioned. ByuN, ideally, he wants to hunt down that Raven. Oh, speaking of, who gets caught out, though? Both players taking a lot of damage. You see ByuN is hunting for the Raven, will settle for the Cyclone. Cyclone goes down, nice pickup. At the same time, Percival coming in from behind. Takes down the medevac, and the Cyclone, okay. Este Percival. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. As the settles to have a back and forth trade. Again, did catch the medevac. Ravens are low, but both players are building up their Ravens. We have a second starport. Cheeky build here by Percival. It's been a while, but do you see what I see? 2 ports at 2 base all in. Okay, rushing to a very fast second starport for what? For mass Viking production to secure early air control. So faster second starport. With this, we're going into mass. I say two base, 2 port all in. This is a more modern variation because we did open Raven. So this is not an all in. I believe Percival should be expanding behind this, but the end goal is the same. The end goal is still to gain that air control into Liberator production. Scan does miss the second Stargate. Second starport even. That's the Sable one. Ooh, Vikings, they will punish. Will punish the Ravens. Oh, Percival, he will lose one of his tanks already. Yeah, rough start for Percival. Losing a tank. He's trying to be active. The Liberator has arrived. Does he have enough Vikings though? That I don't think he does. The Liberator is revealed. That is a sign. That is a tell. Yeah, better trades here for ByuN. We need some of those auto turrets. Auto turrets going to be thrown down. The Ravens are going to fall. And ByuN, he will take air control. Yeah, he will take it. Oh, that was so committed by Percival. It was not worth it in the end. He just lost all his Ravens. And ByuN still has 2. He still has 2 Ravens left over. As Percival is still rallying mass Viking across the map, but he's trying to... Oof. Yeah, it's not going to work out here. ByuN, he just maintains control of the ramp. He shuts down the Liberator. And Percival, he is in trouble here. Remember, ByuN already has a third up and running. Percival, he delayed his own third base in favor of the second starport, and it just wasn't worth it. Not in the end. There was definitely potential, but it does feel like he attacked too soon. It feels like he was a little bit too premature. Remember, he lost 1 tank first. He lost the initial tank. Then he revealed his hand, or he revealed his Liberator. ByuN just snowballed from there. And ByuN is looking to run away with this. We have a huge cheese. We have an insanely fast fusion core on the way. Interesting. We have a tech lab as well. Are we rushing into BC? We are. I mean, when behind BC, I suppose. Yeah, 2-port, 3 base BC. Okay. Sure. I guess. Sure. As BCs are coming, as we mentioned. Scan. Ooh, what did it see? The scan saw the fusion core. And again, the fusion core this early is not Liberator range. And he saw that it wasn't researching either, so he knows. Yep, and instantly he responds with what? With 2 more starports. 2 more starports, mass reactors going into mass Viking. So mass Viking response here by ByuN. The BCs are no longer going to be a surprise. That was the one way for Percival to get back into this game. And I mean, he's got to go for it. He has to at least try. Percival's trying to do what he can. I mean, he does have the Viking advantage currently, at least until these starports get up and running. And they're getting up and running. They're getting there for ByuN. As we're turtling up. Oh, we're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna first he's trying to turtle up at least. We'll see if ByuN can stop him. for a way in. Does try to focus down those Vikings. I mean, we have mainly Marauder here. Where are the Marines? There's no support. Yeah, there's no air support, so Percival, he will take this fight. Okay. He will take this fight. He will clean up the tanks. Again, I was just a little bit shocked that we had Mass Marauder, not Mass Marine. So ByuN, he didn't have the support that he needed. Percival, he's holding. Does lose the base, though. Oof, that's brutal. He lost the expansion. Did lose the expansion. We have 2 more starports on the way for ByuN. Percival, he has double the Viking counts. Where are the Marines? Tanks are moving in. Okay, he's making 6 Marines at a time. Again, not saying Marines are the answers to this, but Marines, they do help support, at least, until you get your Vikings up. But the starports, they're going to be denied. They will not finish. Fury can't commit. It takes on the Liberators. Yamato is going up. But there are enough Marines. There they are. They stim in. Marines, they stim in. They punish the Vikings. Very nice catch here from ByuN. And Percival, he did overextend. Yeah, he overextended a little bit too much. Bleeding out almost every single Viking. Yeah, every Viking goes down. And what do we have behind this? BCs, yes, but it's only BC tank. Oof. It was an impressive fight out of Percival, but again, he just lost a little bit too much. ByuN, he has the higher base count. He starts to saturate a little bit more efficiently. He's got a little more left over. He's throwing down, or he still has to rebuild those 2 starports. Eventually, he'll get them back up and running, I'm sure. It was bad, man. Over. Once again, Percival trying to slow the game down. ByuN, he's maxed. Now, because ByuN is maxed out, he should be trading. Like, he needs to be trading with his opponents to make use of this economy, to make use of this larger army. At the same time, Percival, he's turtling up hard. Again, Tokamak is known for turtle play. This is a map where the style is more favored, more than any other map out there. Like, if you're going to turtle up and play mech, hey, Tokamak is the map for you. BCs are being hunted down. Uh-oh. Here we go, teleport. Ooh, 1 BC falls. Nice pick up there by ByuN. It's 1 battlecruiser. Only 3 left. Yeah, he does stim in, does commit. The Viking gun is not quite there. Doors are trickling in, tanks, they go down. Most of the siege line is not in position. But the BCs, is it going to be enough? We'll lose another BC. Another battlecruiser goes down, and another BC falls. They're losing 2 battlecruisers, but Percival, he will hold. He will take the fight on the ground. He will win the ground battle. That's what matters. That's what matters here. Percival, he's holding on. Bullying back the Vikings. BCs are going for the expansion. Respect those Ravens. I say win the battle on the ground. Won the battle in the sky to overwhelm the battle on the ground. But again, only down to 2 battlecruisers. We need more than this. Mana's going up. There are too many Vikings though. Yeah, there are so many Vikings here for ByuN. So he pulls back. He's got his one Thor. He's holding on with the Thor. Let's go. Behind this building are more Thors. He's just going Thor, Viking, BC. Limited tank production. And he's got tanks, but again, they're spread out. So you can see there's 2 tanks here towards the natural. We got 2 tanks here between the 3rd and 4th base. 2 tanks here. So they are spread thin. They're often not all going to be in the main fight. I'm going to get spotted. Percival out of position. He has to race on over. Racing over. ByuN is building up his army. Oh, the Simon. It's a CC. BC's they were caught out of position. Command Center does survive. Oh! Thor's after back the hell up. As one Thor goes down, he gets 1, he gets 2. He gets all 3. He gets all 3 Thors. Now there's no air support. Or no support for the air. BCs are more exposed. He's trying to pop off with those Yamatos. Pulling back to the planetary. Nice pullback. Planetary does help. Percival he's holding. Percival once again he's holding on. He has that defender's advantage. He holds, he defends. Does defend. Bearing in mind that ByuN does not have a bank to work with, so he's replenishing his army. Looks like ByuN, he's going to try to respond with his own BCs, also taken to the skies. It is not bad. I mean, typically, late game TVT is air versus air. Like, that is the late game TVT that we're working towards. That is typically done. But some players like going into mass BC, others go mass Raven. And there it is. We do have some Raven support. If you were casting Maru, for example, he's all about going up to like 12 plus Ravens, right? Going mass Raven. Like, that is the go-to late game army. And so far, ByuN is getting there. He's got 3 Ravens so far, or soon to be 3 Ravens. The way it works, of course, is you mass disable the BCs, and you have your auto turrets, you have your anti-arm missile. Ravens, they can do quite well. There it is, making 5 Ravens at a time. Like, this is the late game TVT Terran army you want in TVT. As we go to land, there we go. It's taking some time. 12 SCV kills, at the same time BCs they push in towards the wall of turrets. Vikings they defend. BCs, you have to be very careful with this army. You have to be ready to teleport. Yamato on 1 Raven, and where's the teleport? He has to get out of here. He has to leave. We gotta leave. Oh my god. Whew. Does teleport in time. Does teleports. The command center does survive, does not catch fire. So he does make it back. So building up. Quickly checking here, we got 27 Vikings for Jesus. The hell? 27 Vikings. Percival, we need our own Vikings or Thor support. Tanks are not what we need right now. Just make 2 more tanks. Tanks are not the answer. We need Thors. Or just more Vikings. As Percival was getting put out. BC's they teleport in. Oh, this I'm not so sure about. Yeah, we're just gonna get disabled. BCs are disabled and the mass Viking is popping up, getting 1, 2, all 3 BCs go down. And ByuN has done it. ByuN, he has done it. He catches Percival out. Again, just miscontrol here, or just misjudgment of the situation. Teleporting only 3 BCs out of all of them. Either teleport everything or teleport nothing. And again, Percival, he was holding his own in some very impressive fights, but with that, now he has no economy, now he has no army, and ByuN has done it. ByuN now getting into his own BC production, making 6 BCs at a time. And again, it was an impressive game by Percival. I could see him taking it 2-0 for sure. Percival, he had some strong moments, but it's only moments. Oh, does teleport. Thankfully, does teleport in time. ByuN hunting him down. Yamada's are popping up. And ByuN, he's here to dominate. Here come the Ravens, here comes the anti missile. Missile goes off, BCs move in. With the counter Yamada. So he's holding the line. Gets a BC. Going for the missile, one zing over the disables. Doesn't save both tanks. I like how he disables the tanks even though he has no ground army. There is no ground army. But Mass Viking should be enough. I mean, he can just chase, to be honest. ByuN can just chase this down over the turrets. Would not matter. Moving in. Oh. Clears up all the remaining Vikings, and GG gets called. ByuN, he will tap the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Ooh, GG. We're going to the ace match. We're going to game 3. Again, Percival, he had a very shaky start. Winding it back, as a reminder, what did Percival go for? He went for a double gas opener, went for earlier tech, and he went into a 2-base, 2-port setup. Remember, it wasn't a 2-base, 2-port all-in. He did get a third. It was more modern variation, where he went Raven first, into Vikings, into Liberator. But he did go a little bit too soon. He was too premature. He hits, and ByuN had an equivalent amount of Vikings, even though he had a lower production line. 4-star pro production for Vikings, so ByuN was able to get a better fight on his end. He was able to take over that air control, and very quickly everything went south for Percival. How did Percival recover in that game state? Well, he had 2 starports. What did he do? Fusion core, double tech lab, and then he went into double BC production. It was a very risky maneuver, but it paid off in a sense. He was able to slow the game down, turtle up, and embrace mech alongside BC into Sky Terran. Unfortunately, it took some rough engagements, did overextend a couple too many times, and in the end, ByuN, he was able to recover himself and himself get into his own Sky Terran army. GG. GG, well played. Now we're getting into our next game. We're getting into game number 3, the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on Maganatha is spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha. We have the South Green Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Terran player, the Blue Terran himself. It is Percival. I see Trigger in the chat. Ban TBT. No. These animals, they're playing like 20 to 30 minute games? Why can't they be like us Protoss? You're 5-minute game. Proxy Robo. Send it, baby. Is that true? It's the Trigger. No. As we are going all the way to the ace match, shout out to Trigger and to NightMare. They're both patiently waiting, as they are both, of course, in the lower semifinals. Being very patient, of course. Smooch. Much love to NightMare, much love to Trigger. As we are getting into this. TVT unwinnable, baby, unwinnable. As we have a double gas opener here by Percival. Meanwhile, we do have ByuN going for his own Rax Expand. As he does move out. Does go for the SCV. Never seen Percival go tank Viking into BC before. Oh, well, now you have. Now you have. Again, just as a reminder, it did feel like more of a reaction just because of the failed 2-port play that he went for. Remember, he went double starport Mass Viking, and he was going to try to hit a timing with air control with that Liberator. It all fell in its face. So his reaction from that, his way to try to kind of piece it all back together was to, or Frankenstein it all together, was to turn that into 2-port BC. Right? He went 2-port BC as a follow-up. And hey, I would say it was successful in that. Because he did recover. Did bounce back. So now we do have ByuN settling in. Does have the faster command center. Remember, ByuN, he went for a single gas opener, going for a faster CC. Percival going for a safer start instead. I can't wait to get into NightMare versus Trigger, and it's going to be like a 10-minute series, all 3 games. We're gonna 10 minutes for all 3 games. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Gibbs, baby, Gibbs. This is where they're going to spite us, and we're going to see like very passive 3-base setup into Skytoss, into Tempest versus Tempest, or Tempest Disruptor versus Tempest Disruptor, like 30-minute game as well. It's like, oh no. Not like this. So now, we're going to be calming things down. 1-1-1, starports are on the way. From both sides. Our eyes are open for any kind of quirky setup. Speaking of, we do have a tech lab on the starport. We have seen Percival embrace Raven production more often than his opponent. But, okay, starport's still on the way. For a moment, I thought that was the second starport. But here come the Banshee production. Sorry, I keep saying Banshee. Raven, the other one. Raven production here out of Percival. Into disables. ByuN going for his own tech lab. Again, just slightly behind in terms of tech, but ahead in terms of economy. But for now, we're slowing things down. And to be honest, there's potential for another very long game here because, hey, Game 3, the ace match, welcome to Maganatha. Maganatha is the largest map of the map pool, known for longer games, and bam, 3rd CC out of ByuN and 3rd CC out of Percival. Strap yourselves in. Trigger, I recommend getting some food. Get some pizza. Get some Korean pizza with sweet potato and corn. And mayonnaise. I can't. I can't. I've never had it, to be fair, but I don't think I could ever get into it. I'm sure it's an acquired taste, I'm sure. You can get some food. We're gonna settle in. As both players are expanding, we do have our double eBay on the way. Double eBay, double upgrades. We're going to be here for a while, because we're also going into... So no rush 10 minutes. As both players have been very passive this game. But again, as you mentioned, like, this is a little bit more of what we expect on Maganatha. We expect these longer games. Meanwhile, big shout out to Sergeant Sadsack. Gah, baby, gah. Trigger sees the 3rd CC and goes, God damn it. he throws his hands in the air. He's like, I'm done. I'm gonna go put some food in the oven. Go for it, baby. Go for it. But a big shout out to Mr. Sadsack. Ah, my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session as well. Let's go. I'm assuming you were you laddering StarCraft? I know it's been a while. I know you've been enjoying some, I want to say Deadlock? Helldivers? shooters of some kind. I want to say. Been enjoying. But yeah. Glad to see you, buddy. Glad to see you. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a good ladder session. Hope you had a good time. As Percival does poke in. Ravens are ready. And we could attempt to go for the dive, but it doesn't really have the unity to break this position, even with the disables. He might go for it though. He's thinking about it. Do we dive? Do we not? Oh, there's a disable. Does get the tank. Throws down the turrets, and it looks like he will snipe the tank. Tank goes down, goes to the mineral line, and reinforcements, they have arrived. He will break the third. Nice catch. Marines are stepping in. Oh, missile goes off for both players. Missile does go up. And ByuN, he will hold. He will hold on, he will defend, but at a cost of 10 SCVs. 10 SCV kills. Percival pulls away. Survives with one of his Ravens, just the one. Still going in. Oh no! He'll throw his Raven away. The Raven goes down, but he trades 2 for 2. And Percival looks like he may barely have enough. Oh my god. Yeah, he takes down the tank. He denies the third once again. With the bare minimum, with 2 tanks and 1 Marine. Barely denies the third base. And behind this Percival, he is happily mining. Is freely mining on 3 bases, getting fully saturated. Percival building up a greater economy. Jumping further in. And Percival takes a massive lead. Yeah, ByuN losing to Percival. If you haven't been watching much StarCraft, you might not be familiar with Percival, like, doing quite well for himself. Again, there's been players like Classic as of late, like he's been popping off specifically in TVP. I did mention at the start of the series that Percival has been struggling a little bit more in TVT, but he's been playing a lot of it. If you've been watching as of late, you'd see that Percival, on a weekly basis, plays against Cure, Gimme-Ho, ByuN, Bunny, Ryung. He's been playing a lot of TVT as of late. So he's been forced to practice it quite a bit. Over the past 3 months. As ByuN is trying to recover, he's building up, getting to his third. There's going to be a faster 2-2 timing here for ByuN. Interesting. As it feels like Percival's own upgrades have fallen by the wayside a little bit. Shouldn't be that far behind. And we're still in this. If you recall at the start of the series, we spoke about how in TVT you can be down 20, 30, 40 army supply, but you can still win a fight. It all comes down to positional play. We've seen it before. So Percival does have a lead, but can he maintain that lead? Can he leverage it? For now, going for a drop. Dropping into the main. ByuN is in position. His army's ready. Speaking of ByuN, he does catch 2 tanks. Getting 1 and 2 tanks go down. Catching out a couple of Vikings as well. At the same time, ByuN defends his main base, and Percival, he's throwing supply away. He's throwing away supply here. That's going to be 3 dead tanks, 3 tanks, Marines, medevacs as well, and the lead that Percival once had supply-wise is no longer there. As you mentioned here, again, all about that position. I say positional play, but ByuN just catching out the army out on the map. That was an expensive loss for Percival. At the same time, Percival looks like he does find 1 tank. Can we get into the mineral line? Not quite. ByuN, he reacts in time. Percival dragging ByuN within range. Tank shots going off, mainly on ByuN though. At the same time, Percival going for a massive counterattack. Once again, only one tank in position. Yeah, ByuN is not here. Third base is going to be exposed. Percival doesn't go into the natural, but he does kill the CC. ByuN at the same time dropping into the main base. There's only one Viking to defend. And ByuN gets in. He gets into the main. He will lose the third base, so ByuN is going for the kill, going for the main base, going for the production. Ooh, and ByuN, he may just end it here and now. Yeah, gets into the main. Percival, he's late to react, late to respond. Tanks are going down. But here come the reinforcements. Percival, he has arrived. Tanks are sieging. Yeah, tanks are sieging up, and Percival, he will hold. He's up the army at the same time across the map. He's throwing away a little, he's losing a lot of SCVs. Oh. ByuN holds. ByuN, he holds, he defends. Does he have a CC? He does have a would-be fourth. Sorry, yeah, he does have a would-be fourth. So he's got to back up third. Percival pulling the boys. Cleaning out a lot of workers as well. Cleaning out a lot of workers. Percival still dropping. Again, we're getting chaotic. We're getting messy. Messy. ByuN is keeping up with the draw, so here comes the main army. Percival, though, we are extending. He's trickling in. Yeah, Percival is trickling in. He's pushing into 4 tanks. And Percival, he will overextend. He will lose the ByuN army, lose the Marines, lose the tanks. Ay, ay, ay. Percival, we just have to calm down. Just back off. Just build up the army. Just calm down, Pappy. Calm down. Percival losing a lot of supply. Percival moves in, he sees no CC. Now, upon seeing this, we just have to back off. Like, Percival just has to play it safe. Just calm down, Pappy, calm down. We don't got to keep going. So Percival pulls away. Away. Do have a Doom Drop getting ready here towards the main. We do have a couple of turrets here. I think a couple. Percival, he will get a tank. At the same time, though, he will miss the army. Meanwhile, ByuN is at home to defend. Percival's maxed out. Here comes the Doom Drop. Yeah, Doom Drop does get in. Percival getting caught. And he's not ready. He's not ready for this. Oh, he's going to be throwing away some Metamax. Metamax are going down, and ByuN, he will kill the main. Percival, he does counterattack as well, though, killing SCVs. Tank boys are going up. Does get down the tank. Yeah, Percival, he defends. Percival, he does barely defend. This is the main base, footed over. And it goes down. That's a kill. It's going to be a kill on the main. Percival dropping into the would-be fourth. Behind the CC still building, and he might even force a cancel. He's going for it. Oh, trades with the Marines. Yeah, worthwhile trade. Kites against the SCVs. We have 4 base versus 2. Yeah, Percival, he still has the economic advantage. He can still afford this. He has that center expansion. Percival, you can keep going. As if we can hold. Just has to make a stand. He scans. Does scan. Does have his Raven. Goes for the Sable. Stims in. It's going to be a rough trade here. Gets 2 tanks. Not a pretty trade. Oof. Tanks are within range of the mineral line. SCVs are going down. Percival going for a counterattack, going for the CC. This is going to be a lot of dead SCVs. 9 workers going down. This tank line is brutal. Same time, Percival he sims in, but last Marise race back home to defend, and ByuN holds. ByuN cleans up the army. This wasn't a bad call by Percival. He does get some workers at least. The disable. That's a tank. Every little bit counts. Once we're going for another dream drop. Percival this time with the interception. He's stimming. Ah, he reveals his hand. Yeah, he does reveal his hand. ByuN pulls away. ByuN, he pulls away in time. Stims on forward. He will lose 1 medevac. Oh, not even. Ah, he gets in. No turret there. There's no backup turrets here. Wow, no turrets, no defensive setup. Ay, ay, ay. Do you have massive Raven though? Jesus. Ravens are here. Ah, he's getting pulled apart though. Yeah, ByuN does catch a couple of free tanks. Tanks are going down, and Percival out of position. He raced into the main base, now he has to race back. ByuN the comeback. Can he pull this off? Percival, oh! He cannot slip into the tanks here. He cannot slip in. He's trying to. He's going for it. We got a couple of disables. Ravens are thrown away. This is a very messy hold here from Percival. Yeah, very messy. Does get the final tank. At the same time, he still can't actually mine. Ooh, losing 27 SCVs. 27 workers. And ByuN might just have too much at this point. It's mainly marine-based army, so he kind of pushed into tanks, but he does kind of show them unsieged. Oh. And he'll push into 4 tanks though. ByuN, he has to respect it. It's still close, still very close. ByuN now floats his natural, floating over to take another base. So ByuN is maintaining what little economy he has. Meanwhile, Percival, he's just lost so many SCVs, even though he has a higher base count, he cannot saturate. He's trying. Now in a head-on fight, I feel like I have to favor Percival just because of the Ravens. He can disable the tanks, he can go for the missile as well. Speaking of, he should be going for it. The Marines, they seemingly get 2 tanks already. Yeah, the Ravens, they're left idle. We got at least throw down auto turrets. Then we can finally auto turrets get thrown down, but late reaction by Percival. Yeah, late reactions here. Leading out a lot of tanks. So once again, a shaky defense here from Percival. It was a very expensive defense. And ByuN is getting within range of the planetary. The planetary cannot defend itself, not against tanks. And ByuN just freely mining behind this. And Percival, he has nothing. He just has no army. Again, a very intense back and forth, but ByuN, he should be able to overwhelm. I say that we're now getting back into marine production. There's still a chance for Percival. Liberator has arrived. The longer this goes on, the better it is for ByuN. ByuN, he just has better mining. He's got his orbitals, he's got his mules. Percival trying to get his own economy up and running himself. If ByuN is passive, then sure, but ByuN has been anything but. Again, the MVPs for ByuN were the Doom Drops. We saw 3 separate Doom Drops getting into the main base. And every single time, he got critical damage. Every time Percival, the door was open. Does siege, but there's no support. Yeah, there's no support for the tanks. These 3 tanks are going to go down. Send all 3. Just securing and making sure there's no expansion here. Ravens are racing over. Throwing down a couple of water turrets. Trying to make a stand. Throwing away some Marines. Now with these Ravens, we could see Percival actually clean this up quite nicely before reinforcements arrive. He's holding onto his Ravens though. Oof. Lose the tank. Ravens are distracted. We need the Ravens with the main army. They should not be here. The problem is the Ravens, they're in the same control group as the Vikings. So as the Vikings chase, so the Ravens will get some harassing damage. Not even. We need the Ravens back home. Let's go the 1 hero SCV. He is getting out of hand. How many Ravens do we have? 5, soon to be 7. 7 Ravens. There is potential, of course. Like, I cannot count that out. Ooh, so we'll lose 1 Raven. We'll lose 1. Nice disables. Percival, he breaks out. Nice catch. Like, this is what we need. Like, slow, methodical, snipe the tanks. Get the disables off. First, we're setting up a siege line, getting a base. Up. Tank boy's going up. It doesn't get the disable though. Yeah, it doesn't get it. Marines, they just flood on in. Where are the auto turrets? Once again, we're a little bit late to react. At the same time, nice counterattack. Gets into a mineral line, going for the CC. What are we going for? Yeah, the boys who respond. And we have to get the hell out of here. Oh my god, barely gets away. Whew. 21 SCVs, gets into the main. Has to respect the tank. Oof. Tank bully going up. Well, this does alleviate a lot of pressure. As long as I don't throw this away. Calm down. As Percival, he's able to regenerate energy on those Ravens. He's building back up. He gets a fresh mining base, true. Fresh base up and running. That's what matters. Percival, he has an economy. He's got 7 Ravens. Sorry, soon to be 8 Ravens even. Okay. I want to believe. As long as we can handle these Ravens well, then he can take it, but we have to cut. We have to be careful. We have to be so careful with these Ravens. We cannot throw them away. The power of the Raven, Pappy. Let's go. Oh. ByuN rotates. ByuN rotates back. Percival, I think he missed that rotation, by the way. So we might have a weird base trade here. Percival is pushing across. ByuN is moving in. ByuN does move in. Tanks are sieging. He's pushing towards the center expansion. Raven almost goes down at the same time. Here comes that counterattack. CC's denied. kind of trading bases here. Going for the Master Sable, but where's the follow-up? Okay, he's coming in. It's a little bit late, but the follow-up is coming. It does race on over, and Disables, they're about to run out. Oh, and he has done it. He has done it. GG gets caught, and Percival, whew, oh my god, an intense back and forth. 27 minutes, and Percival, he does take a 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. A very, very intense, 10 minutes? It was so low eco between Percival alongside ByuN as well. Very low economy here, very low base count, very low army count as well. Percival had some big advantages, but he was losing them time and time again. We saw ByuN, I was mentioning it earlier, but he had some insane doom drops. So 3 separate doom drops into the main base with just dealing critical damage, forcing back the army, creating these openings, and ByuN had some crazy comebacks when it came to his counterattacks, when it came to his pressure, his aggression, his punishments. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations, Percival. He will claim it, and we now have our first finalist. Percival does advance on to the grand finals, but the question becomes, who will face off against him? It'll be a Protoss, but which Protoss? It'll be either our Canadian Protoss player or our Korean Protoss. Let's go. Let us go. As Trigger and NightMare have been patiently waiting. Very patient. Let's go. Here we go. As we have our PvP, as we are facing off. Percival basically needs to work on his late game to become a beast. I mean, he was looking pretty solid. I mean, I say pretty solid. I feel like throughout this series, we saw it on Tokamak, and I think we saw it here as well. It did feel like maybe a little bit of nerves or maybe some inexperience when it came to Percival, when it came to some of his unit control, when it came to just being in that kind of game state. But like that wasn't even late game. Specifically on Maganatha, it was just a really awkward and hectic game state, right? Low economy, late game, yes, in the sense that it was 27 minutes, but very low eco, very small armies, very intense moments. It was crazy. But here we go, we're getting to our next game, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have our Canadian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Basilisk. It is a Trigger. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone from South Korea. It is NightMare. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our PvP. Here we go. As again, shout out to both NightMare and Trigger as they were patiently waiting the entire time for that TVT to conclude. It was a long one, but it was a banger. Yo, we even had like late game Mass BC versus Mass Raven. It was crazy, but it was crazy. Ay. Go. As we have mirrored openers for the time being. Okay, we can calm down for a moment here, and are we expecting aggression between these two players? I mean, it's hard to say. On the one hand, NightMare, he's only recently returned, but he has been looking quite impressive as of late. NightMare, he's been back for, what, a week? Less than a week at this point, so still has a ways to go, still has a ways to improve to get back into his previous form. So coming into this, I do lean towards Trigger. Trigger, he has, of course, he just came back from EWC, from Riyadh. He is, of course, still in, or he's back in South Korea. With that, he can ladder. He has been improving. He's been active once again. It's been quite some time since we've seen Trigger in a sparkling Tuna Cup. It's great to see him come back. But again, Trigger, I will say he is more in form. I'm going to be leaning towards Trigger in this series. But NightMare, it's hard to pinpoint where exactly his skill is. Hard to pinpoint, as he was retired for quite some time. But now he's here. Now he's back. Again, for those that are unaware, NightMare, he did retire. He was competing in Deadlock for, I think it was Pulse Esports. He joined Pulse Esports for a time, was competing in Deadlock, but he recently did leave his previous team. He stopped competing in Deadlock, and now he's back to StarCraft. Only like a week ago was announced. So he hasn't been back for too long. As NightMare, he does open up Stargate. Stargate followed by the Twilight Council, going for an Oracle-based opener. The goal here for NightMare, he does have a later expansion, so NightMare has a worse economy to make up for that Oracle harass. He's here, and he's hopefully looking to kill some probes. He does get scouted, he gets spotted. NightMare's moving out, and alas, Trigger, he should be able to respond. Oh. It does react, it does respond. So far, the Oracle has not done any damage. So far, the Oracle hasn't gotten much done. I mean, thankfully, the Oracle survives, right? The Oracle is alive, so we can always go back in and find some more damage. But alas, the pressure is on NightMare, setting up a proxy pylon across the map. Based on this location, looks like a proxy gateway. Technically, we could throw down a Dark Shrine, but it should be a gateway. We have 3 gates so far. It looks like a proxy 4th gate. It looks like a 2-base all-in. So leaning towards that proxy, there it is. Gateway gets thrown down, but Trigger, he scouts immediately. Ay, ay, ay. Does scout the gateway, and Trigger, he should be able to shut it down. Behind this, he's throwing down his own gates. He's getting into his own 4-gate setup defensively. 4-gate, Robo, Fortra +1. NightMare, he now expands. And he knows he got scattered, so now he expands. He gets another base. Doesn't throw down extra gateways. He's being active, that is true. NightMare trying to get ahead by claiming the faster third. Okay. Here we go. And Trigger, he will scout the third base, so he knows that NightMare isn't committed. So Trigger, he sees everything. Jesus. Trigger, he saw the proxy, he saw the third. Now he knows it's safe to break out. But he has not spotted this stasis trap. So I don't believe. Oh wait, yeah, he spots it. You saw his reaction there. Did spot the stasis. From here, does waddle in. He's got the Immortal behind this, so he has the backbone to his army. And NightMare cannot fight head on, not like this. Both players have Blink. Nice force fields. Get some extra shots. At the same time, the Oracle coming in from behind. Ooh, we were on move command. Ooh, the Oracle still goes down. Nice snap of the Oracle. Wanted up shading in. Gets 1 probe. Gets 1 worker. And NightMare, he's got a lot of riding on these adepts. Warping in another 2. From here, he can try to shade back in towards that natural. Does pull back. NightMare pulls back. +1 is about to complete for Trigger, so he's going to have that +1 advantage. He's going to have that timing. Charge is on the way for NightMare, but without charge, it's going to be a tough hold. Adepts are shitting in. 2 Adepts taking 1-shot probes. They can and they will. Probes are being targeted. Using 3 probes at the same time. At Trigger, he's going to try to commit in, but the tower got knocked down. Rotates. Looks for a better angle. He can just blink it to the main. True. Yeah, he's just going for the main. Does unload. Doesn't blink yet. Okay, he's actually rotating back around. He does find his way up the ramp. Yeah, he gets up the ramp. Again, nice repositioning here from Trigger. The Immortals, they're pinned back though. Yeah, the Immortals are not part of the fight. So an awkward engagement here for Trigger. Charge is done. Immortal taking a lot of damage. But Trigger, he might still have enough. He might, and he does. Yeah, he does have enough. He overwhelms the army, has a greater concave, greater stalker count, better upgrades as well. He's got +2 on the way. And Trigger is snowballing out of control. He's diving on the Prism. Prism goes down. Immortals go down. The boys are being pulled in a moment of desperation, but NightMare, he has nothing left. He has nothing left. He's down to 4 Stalkers. He might get the Immortal. So he will get the Immortal just before the end of the game. But he shouldn't get much more than that. As Trigger, he is reinforcing. GG gets called, and Trigger, he will take a lead in the series. He will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Again, very impressive scouting here out of Trigger. He was able to confirm the proxy. He was able to confirm the aggression, so he was able to be more defensive, be more apt back at home. Then he saw NightMare react and respond and try to pivot away with the expansion with his third base. But likewise, also Trigger, he saw that. He knew that he was safe to branch out, to push out, and to attack. GG. GG, well played. GG, well played. With that Trigger, he just outscaled his opponent. And NightMare, he was stuck on 0-0 upgrades. He was stuck. I mean, sure, he had a faster third base, true, but could not keep up. And now we're getting into game number 2. And we'll see if NightMare can recover, can bounce back, and force the ace match. As game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. Let's go. Let us go. Also, some really nice moves out of Trigger when it came to his rotating. Came to threading a dive into the main base, then bam, pivoting way over towards the natural. Was able to find a way, or force his way in. And with that, we're now getting into game 2. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Canadian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Basilisk, leading the series 1-0. It is a Trigger. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is NightMare. Go. Trigger decided to speed the bracket up after waiting too long for a series. True. Feels Trigger, man. Feels Trigger, man. It's okay. Look, he has to stay up anyway, right? I believe Trigger, he is going to be competing in tonight's 2v2 Euthermal circuit. I believe Trigger is competing, so I'm happy. Time to crack open that Red Bull, get some coffee. Time to stay up. Este Trigger. I know that typically he goes to bed a little bit earlier. Might be actually why he's here this week for Tuna Cup. Man, I'm going to stay up anyway, may as well. True. Hoping he's not too worn out for his tournament later on tonight. Setting up. This is going to be the initial Stargate open out of NightMare once again. 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row is going to be opening up Stargate. Trigger once again going for the faster Nexus. Now last game it was the exact same setup from both players. Trigger, he had the better economy early on and he was able to maintain it. If you remember, he scattered the Oracle, he shut it down. We'll see if he can do the same this time. We'll see if NightMare can successfully get across the map and successfully get some economic damage done. The pressure is on NightMare. Pressure is on. The first Oracle's on the way. Checking Trigger's vision. He has not scouted the tech yet. Where's that hallucination? Sentry is ready. There it is. The Oracle's now moving out. And we'll see if he comes across the Oracle. So here comes that hallucination. As they spot each other. Ace and the Oracle split each other. 1, 2 probes go down. NightMare making his way towards that natural. And Trigger, he does warp in time. Just in time. Will deflect. Very clutch. Whew. So far we're building up. We do see NightMare working towards Blink. Likewise, so is Trigger. Once again, Trigger getting into the early immortal production. This is the same. This is the same setup so far. This is the same setup. Both players are taking their third bases. We do see NightMare trying to move in. Bearing in mind he's pushing into an immortal, so Trigger, he should be able to hold on here. That's force field. Into the back. Oh! Ooh, Trigger, he does notice though. Just in time. Baits out the stasis. Does bait it out. At the same time, the Oracle attempts to go in. It's deflected. Trigger's in position. As both players are getting their third bases up and running. Trigger, he does have the stronger force though. Still no blink, so he will lose a Stalker. And Trigger, I don't see a Forge this time. No Forge, no +1. Trigger going for the War Prism instead. That tells us he wants to move out. He wants to push. How many gates? 4. On 4. If he wants to be aggressive, then we could see extra gateways behind this, but for now he's got a 4-gate setup. He's supply blocked. Oof. Throws down 3 pylons. Brutal time to be supply blocked. But Trigger, he is moving out. Oh, no, he's moving out. He does get caught by the stasis. Yeah, nice stasis here by NightMare, catching him out. Trigger, he has a massive army, but he can't use it. Not yet. Here comes his Forge. I feel like NightMare should not be here. Like, he does not want to be here when the stasis runs out. NightMare doesn't have the army for it. He's going to try to go for the fight. Trigger does pull back. And Trigger, despite the stasis trap slowing him down, he could still break the third. Shield battery still on the way. Charge is still on the way as well. Force fields are buying time. Nice force fields. Buying time. Trigger, he rotates. There's nothing to really snipe though. It's a pylon. Ooh, supply blocks NightMare. Uh-oh. Oh, it's his turn. Then now is not the time. Now it's not the time for a supply block. Gets 1 force field. Gets 1. Three immortals versus 3. NightMare, he is now successfully caught up when it comes to supply. Now he has charge, and now NightMare has the better army. Yeah, straight up, he has the better army at this point. He's all +1 and mass charge lots. Trigger can no longer break him. He has missed his window. He has missed his timing. And Trigger, yeah, he has to get the hell out of here. Races back home. Trigger, he's gonna need to charge himself for his own Archon production. No Temple Archives, going for his 4th base. The ball is now in NightMare's court. NightMare, he has map control, he's got the greater army. He could try to force the issue and try to force a fight. Doesn't quite commit. Rotates over. Here he does rotate, collapsing the army, at least trying to. Yo, we got the defensive slowblots. He just wants the base. He just wants the 4th, and he's going to get it. One more volley. That's a kill, not a cancel. Immortal is exposed. Nice juggling here at a trigger. Does control well. We're still up against so many zealots. And Chargers are just so cost efficient against Stalkers and against Immortals as well. And they collapse on top of the army. NightMare forcing his way through, at least trying to. Does go for the dive. More zealots they come in. Prism gets sniped. Denies the warp in. And NightMare, he's done it. NightMare, he has done it. He barely doesn't get that final Immortal. We need those Zealot reinforcements. Again, triggered down to 1 Stalker and 1 Immortal. If it wasn't for those stasis traps, if it wasn't for those stasis traps slowing down Trigger, then maybe he could have done it. But again, over time, he just got outscaled. GG gets called, and NightMare ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. GG. We're going to the ace match, and again, that all came down to the charge ults. As we were mentioning, Zealots, they do so well tanking and trading against Stalkers and Immortals. Remember, the Immortal count was even between the 2 players. It was the Zealots that were in favor of NightMare. The Zealots and the +1 upgrade as well. It's why once charge kicked in, Trigger had to get the hell out of there. He had to get the hell out of there. He had to pull back. He had to race back home. And at Trigger, he just lost map control, he lost momentum, and lost the game. GG. GG, well played. At Trigger, essentially, he was playing all in, but because of all the delays, he missed that timing, missed that window, and now we're getting into game number 3. Getting into game 3. And we'll see how the story ends. Who will face up against Percival? Will it be Trigger or NightMare? Let's go. Let's go. So getting into the ace match. We have our lobby, we have our game. And the game 3 is going to be on ley lines. We're getting into ley lines. And so far, the openers have been exactly the same. We've seen Trigger go for these more economic starts. We've seen NightMare go for these Stargate openers time and time again. We'll see if that trend continues. We'll see if it continues here. This morning in the right-hand corner of ley lines, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss himself representing Streamer Zone. It is NightMare. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, to apologize for that, we have the Canadian Protoss player. We have the Canadian Protoss representing Basilisk. It is Trigger. Sorry, our audio just dying for a moment there. Aye. It's dying alongside me. True. Here we go. Here we go. Go. NightMare is going to be moving in. from here, we have our 2-gate opener, so 2-gate openers all around. Trigger looks like he will hide his second pylon, so we'll head it here towards the southern half of the map. For the first time this series, we have a bit of a shake-up when it comes to the early game, but again, it is a fake hidden pylon. He's hoping to force NightMare into an overreaction. We do see NightMare, he does get across the map, does poke in, but as you can see here, he doesn't really find much of anything, and we'll see how he reacts. He sees no pylon, something is wrong, something is amiss. Is this an all-in? Is it a fake out? Is it a proxy Stargate? Is it a proxy Robo? So we'll see how he reacts. So far, Sentry Stalker. Sends out a second probe already, paying for itself. Okay, so nice start here for Trigger. Basically, he's forcing NightMare to send a second worker to scout. That's going to be an extra worker that's not mining, an extra worker that's not providing any value. So 2 probe scouting for NightMare. And, ooh, he goes for the Robo. Very defensive play here by NightMare. 3rd pylon in the main base, Robo in the main as well. And NightMare, he's ready for an all-in. He's ready for a proxy. We know there's anything but. And NightMare, he'll confirm. There we go. He confirms he sees a pylon. He's like, ooh, it was a fake out. It was a fake out. Now, on the flip side, NightMare can turn this into an all-in. NightMare, he himself can throw down a 3rd gateway if he wants to, but nah, there we go. He's going to play catch-up. He does expand. And Trigger, he's in a better position. Trigger, he does have the faster expansion. Getting into his Twilight Council, getting into his Blink. And NightMare's going to have to go for a much more defensive play here. He'll have access to early Immortal production, true. But he will not have any map control as he will lack Blink. He'll lack any kind of Oracle play. Going War Prism first, bold move. Bold move by NightMare. So they'll snipe the pylon. NightMare does move out. He's got his 2 Adepts. Again, with a Robo opener, you can go Prism, you can go for your Adept drop. And 2 Adepts, they can one-shot probes. They can, and they will not. So far, Trigger catching NightMare out. Nice type in the War Prism. Again, NightMare, both players have expanded. NightMare's trying to be active here with his Immortal at least. Ooh, shields get triggered. Shields are triggered. He does have 2 Immortals though. But remember, he has no Blink. Remember, he has no Blink himself. Moving in. Let's move in, does zone away. Sure, catching out one of the Immortals, not bad. Gets one. Immortal goes down. Getting on top of the other. Well, he's trying to, not quite able to. Nice force field. Force fields a zone trigger away. Oh. NightMare holding on. Trigger looks like he shouldn't be able to break NightMare anytime soon. Not with 3 Immortals, right? With 3 Immortals, like, NightMare is being hyper defensive. He's got Blink of his own now. He will not be broken. To break this, we need charge. It's similar to what we saw previously, where Zealots, they can trade so well against Stalkers and Immortals. They do such a great job tanking and trading and just all around. So this is going to be the next big power spike for Trigger, is just buying time until charge lots. We'll see if he can get there. We'll see who hits first. NightMare is going to be moving in. Does move in. Again, charges still what you've done. Just not finishing. Does get it. Gets 1 Immortal. Does get 1. Trying to go for the other as well. Zealot's not reinforcing. Dives on the Prism. Denies the warp in. And does Trigger have enough as he's going for the final Immortal. Yeah, the final Immortal goes down. Again, the power of the Zealot does come in just in time. And Trigger holds. Trigger, he does hold on, does take the fight. Behind this is getting +1, and he's reinforcing with more Zealots. And this time, NightMare, he'll fight without any Immortals. Going into Glaive. Oh, jeez. Bit of a desperation move here, going into Glaives. I mean, that is an answer to Zealots. Basically, ideally, against Zealots, you want Archons. That's typically why you eventually get into charge of Archon as a unit composition. That's typically what you want. This is a bit of a half measure. Adepts, they can also kind of be your answer to charge lots. Trigger, he does pull away. Does pull away, does pull back. Loading collapse in. Okay, now we have the mass adept. Let's go. As Trigger does coming from behind, just claps on the army, not bad, nice flank. Yeah, it does flank the army, getting into the Stalkers, that's what he wants. Yeah, Stalkers are going down. And we even have Archons as well to deal with those Adepts. And Trigger, he has done it. He has done it, he breaks on through. Breaks down the main army, and Trigger, he will snowball out of control. NightMare, his one big timing was his 3 Immortal pushouts, and without it, there's nothing here. There's nothing here, there's nothing left. +2 is just finishing up. We have +0 for NightMare. NightMare, he was essentially all in. And he's being outscaled. He's being outscaled. moving out. Trigger does collapse in. Getting on top of those elves, getting on top of the depths as well. And again, there's just nothing left. There's just no remaining army here. Trigger, he is going to be able to break through that defensive line. GG gets called, and Trigger, he will claim the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. And with that, congratulations, Trigger. He will claim the series, he will advance on. Again, a very intense back and forth here, and really intense and really aggressive builds as well from our players. We saw that NightMare winding it back. It all began with the fake proxy pylon. The only reason why NightMare ended up with a robo and ended up going into a very immortal heavy composition was because he went for a robo opener as a response to what he thought was a proxy, when it wasn't. There was no proxy. He got faked out. With that, he did have to turn that into a more immortal heavy composition. We saw that Trigger was able to confirm that. He did react, he did respond with his own charge, and we saw that he was able to overwhelm with his Stalker Zealot army. GG. GG, well played. And NightMare, he was on a bit of a timer there, and in the end, he was overwhelmed. Congratulations here to Triggers. It does claim the series, and now we're getting into our next matchup. We're getting into the grand finals. Here we go. It's going to be a best of 5 between Trigger and Percival. Oh boy. Here we go. We're getting into our next series, getting into our next matchup. As before the grand finals, you know what time it is. It is, I almost said gamma time, kind of. It's raffle time. Here we go as we can switch our scenes over and catch up with not just our bracket, but with everything else here as we're getting into our random raffle. Now, for those that are curious, for our tournaments, for the tournaments here for Sparkling Tuna Cup, there is a random raffle. It is a random participation raffle open to all players that did compete in today's broadcast, in today's tournament, and one of said players is going to walk away a little bit richer here. Here we go. As we quickly head on over, bam, to our raffle. We have 16 players this week. We have 16 eligible players. I believe there were some walkovers, unfortunately. Ragnar, there was a walkover from Ragnar and a walkover from Blue Knight as well. So there are 2 players that are ineligible for this week's random raffle. But outside of that, one player will walk away a little bit richer here. Who's it going to be? We're here to find out. We're here to find out. Here we go. As this week, the random raffle winner who walks away with 5 USD is, I believe, once again, Rebellion. GG, well played. The South Korean Protoss player, Rebellion, aka Gilzing, does walk away 5 USD. Richard, I can see ByuN. ByuN is right there as the runner-up. See ByuN, Triple, Shameless, Patient, and NightMare also there as well. But Rebellion does walk away with 5 extra USD. GG, well played. Again, it's just a way that we can spread the love here, that we can spread and share the prize pool in some way to the rest of the player base, of course. Our tournament is relatively top-heavy, top 4. Top 4 do get paid out, but hey, Rebellion walks away with a little bit of prize money as well. As we're getting into our grand finals at best of 5, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the Canadian Protoss player. The Canadian Protoss, we have the blue Protoss representing Basilisk. It is a Trigger. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player, the South Korean Terran representing himself, currently teamless. It is a Percival. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. we go. As we are going to be settling in, we do have a double gas opener. Double gas opener out of Percival, so going for a faster attack. Meanwhile, Trigger back across the map, going for a Gate Cyber Expand. Oh boy. Here we go. Players are stepping in. Settling in. So far, we do have additional openers. Again, double gas going to a faster factory. You do have a faster add-on swap with the Tech Lab with the Cyclone, so Cyclone opener out of Percival. Meanwhile, Trigger, we'll see how he does open up as well. We're expecting Twilight Council play, but again, I haven't really been able to see too much of Trigger as of late, so we'll see. We'll see how he does open up. We'll see how he does play this out. Oh, okay. Is it the third in the... Is it really the third in the row? Hashtag rigged in the chat. True, true. Hashtag rigged. As we have a take of choice, going to be a Twilight Council opener. Let's go. Esther Rebellion. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's the new Demi. True. If you remember Demi, he used to always win these back in the day. As you see Percival moving out. He does open up with his double drop. Sorry, with his Widowmine drop. And behind this, he's not going into Banshee or Raven. He's going into very fast stim. Okay, so early stim production out of Percival. He's going for an early stim timing. Mind just going up. Oh! Ooh, a late reaction, late split, and 3 probes go down. Yeah, Trigger, he's going to be punished, and Widowmine is still in the medevac. Still has that shot. Going for the drop. Oh, ooh, oh no! Once again, Trigger does try to focus down. Does try to kill. Nice retargeting. Nice retargeting. In the end, Trigger, he does hold. Does hold, does defend. This Temple Archive is going to be on the way. Percival, he is building up, getting into stim. As we mentioned, this is a very early stim timing here by Percival, so he's going to be committing across the map. Let's go. As this will hit with stim. Trigger back at home, working towards charge. I mean, working towards storm, I meant to say. Charge is done. Did go for a charge-based opener. Here we go. The boys are being pulled 2 base all in by Percival. It's all or nothing. Trigger, he needs a little bit more time. He almost has storm ready. He almost has storm ready, but just barely not in time here. Okay, this is hitting too soon. Getting on top of the third. Shield battery goes down. Tanks are moving in. Tanks are moving in. Base is denied, a nice cancel. And Percival needs more than that, but Storm is not ready. Oh, tough Storm on the ByuN. Green's hitting court. He's got 2 Storms left. It's gonna come down to their Storms. Oh my god, they do connect. Jesus. They do connect. And there's still another Storm, by the way. Yeah, there it is. Oh god, the Storm does connect as well. The ByuN army crumbles. And Trigger he's holding. Oh, nice save on the tanks though. And Percival he pulls away, does save the tanks. Tanks are gonna be saved. Tanks are being saved. Likewise behind this, Percival he does race back home. He escapes with 1 tank at least. 1 tank makes it back. That's 4 went down in total. Aye. Now, there's a bit of a give and take here. On the one hand, Trigger, he was forced to cancel his third. True, but it was a cancellation. On top of that, meanwhile, we just see Trigger diving into the mineral line. Gets 3 SCVs. On the other hand, Percival, he's not really set up for a longer game here. He's just now getting extra ranks up and running. He does not have a 3rd TC. So Trigger, he can just play this out. Can attempt to play this out. Going for another Storm Drop. Let's go. Storm Drop into the natural. Oh, that's Templar barely gets saved. Very close. Nice move with the Liberator. Marines ace them in. Ooh, and the Prism goes down the High Templar as well. Nice catch. Percival, let's go. Does he pull the boys again? Not quite. Not quite. Does not get on top of the tanks. Nice Storm Surge, Jesus. Storm Surge blanket the army. Trigger, he's going to be collapsing in. Catching at the mines. Oh god, yeah, the Sams, Jesus. The Storms, they just collapse on the army. Percival's army melts, and GG. Trigger, he takes game number 1. GG, well played. Trigger, he does take a lead in the series. And we'll see if Percival can recover. We'll see if he can bounce back. See if he can bounce back again. Just a hyper-aggressive build here out of Percival on Maganatha. Again, going for that sim timing, essentially a 2-base all-in. And we saw that Trigger, he played it safe. Again, really patient player to Trigger. He just abandoned the 3rd base. He backed off. He waited for Storm. And once he had it, he could shut Percival down. And again, the reason why everything just went so south so quickly is because Percival, he had no intention for the game to go on any longer. He was not set up for a longer game. Was not set up. GG, well played. With that, Trigger takes the lead, and now we're getting to game number 2. Let's go. Let's go. Also, sorry, I did miss that earlier, but a big shout out to Platinum Hero Sniper in the chat. God, I mean, thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for the first time for the first time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for boosting the prize pool this week as well. Thank you. Thank you. We do appreciate the support. We do appreciate it. As we're getting into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Torches, leading the series 1-0. We have the Canadian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Basilisk. It is a Trigger. And and spawning. In the top right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran. It is Percival. We go. That second game. And again, welcome to Torches. Torches is the second most viewed map in the map pool, second only to Last Fantasy. It's a rare sight. We rarely get to see games on Torches, but we are here. We are ready, and I'm ready for the shenanigans to be had. Oh boy. Now, Torches is unique just because we have these gold mineral patches. You can mine through the patches early on. You can rush into gold bases or open up the path into your opponent's bases as well and try to go for an all-in. Likewise, there are also these short rush distance path by air. Very short by air. So you can go for, as a result, we've seen a lot of Stargate openers, we've seen a lot of drop play as well from Terran players, so drop play, Stargate play has been on the rise. Likewise, we have the healing pad, we have more gold bases, we have a bit of a more secure natural because of the ramp, but also another way in. There's just a lot going on here on Torches, and often players just avoid it, they just avoid it entirely. So from here, Triggery does counterattack, it does hit the natural. Oh. Sorry, just catching up with the chat. I was just catching up. We do see him counterattacking though, and he will be able to deny any kind of mining here. There are bunkers, thankfully, so we do have a safe location for the SCVs here at the natural base. Marauder has arrived, and oh, these Stalkers are going to be punished. Catching out one and catching out the other as well. Catching out both Stalkers. Percival, he does open up. Jesus, with Concussor. Okay, never mind. He cancels Concussor Shell, didn't open a Marauder. Able to catch a couple of free units here. Behind this, going into a Twilight Council to blink into a Robo follow-up. A Trigger staying on 2 bases. No third base yet. Just a 2-base setup. He is going to be staying on those 2 bases. And we do see the Percival, he is once again going for early stim. So early stim out of our Terran player. Does open up with the initial drop play. Going for a Marine Marauder drop. A little bit quirky just because of the opener. It's a little bit quirky here by Percival. He is moving out. At the same time, Trigger moves in. Blink is almost done, but the armies do miss each other. And they miss each other here. Here comes a drop. Do we recall? No, he does go for the defensive warp in. It's going to be a tough defense. Yeah, probes, the boys are being pulled. Probes are going down. He does get the medevac. And last trigger he will hold at the same time. Ooh, does avoid the mine. And back it up. What is it to defend? One Marauder. One Marauder in the bunker as well. Oof, does go for the dive. Does not get the Cyclone. And Percival, he's holding. Percival, he's holding on. He does pull away. Does try to pull away. He's being chased down. As Percival, he does not get the prism, just barely nods. And Trigger, he does hold on, at least on the right hand side. Towards the left hand side, we see Percival is gaining ground. Remember, behind this Percival, he's not setting up for an expansion. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Third CC. Third CC is on the way. Percival, he's expanding. Trigger, likewise, getting his own third up and running as well. The game will continue. Oh, last snipe the Observer. Nice snipe. Here, Trigger. Ooh, cleaning up the drop. Jesus, cleaning up the drop. Alas, Percival, he was expanding, but he will lose everything, losing the fight on the right and the left-hand side. And Trigger, he will take it. He will take it. GG. Ay, ay, ay. I do think that Percival may have had a chance there to recover and to keep the game going, but no, he had enough. He lost the drop and does tap out. GG. GG, well played. As Trigger does take a 2-0 lead, and one more game is all that Trigger needs to claim the entire series and to be our champion. Percival having a bit of a harder time so far this series, has been very aggressive, very in the face. Here we go. We're getting into game 3. Where are you taking us? Where are you taking us? Yeah. Oh, no. No shot. No shot. As, oof. So just catching up in the chat. We'll see if we do get another game here, as again, like Percival, for those who are unaware Percival, I would say his best matchup is TVP, but he doesn't enjoy it. He does not enjoy it. And if you didn't notice, he was no GGing those games against Trigger, both game 1 and game 2. He would just insta leave. And it looks like he may have forfeited. Feels bad, man. Looks like Trigger may have triggered Percival a little bit with with his play. Percival, he's been known to unfortunately be very emotional, very emotional and very upset when it comes to TVP. He's been known to rage quite a bit, unfortunately, and I always hope that it would not lead. It would not like it would not. What's the word I'm looking for? It would not kind of flow over into like competitive play outside of like no GGs, but yeah, he forfeits. So wow, he's just out of the game, out of the series. So a bit of a feels bad man here. Again, I was hoping that Percival would play out the series itself, and again, a lot of these games were quite intense, and I can definitely see Percival taking it to Trigger, but alas, he does tap out. Does step out. Bit of a feels bad, man. Regardless, congratulations to Trigger. Congratulations, as he is going to be our champion this week. If Percival does do this more often, then we'll probably issue warnings, and worst comes to worst, probably will ban him from our tournaments if this becomes a trend. It's the first time this has happened, I believe, at least in our tournaments. But yes, he has since forfeited the finals. Este Percival. So GG will play. GG will play. Congratulations to Trigger. He will claim the series 2-0. We'll claim it 2-0. And Trigger. Sorry, that's it. So Trigger, who'll claim the series. He's going to be our champion. Congratulations. Again, I was hoping to get a full series, but regardless, congratulations to Trigger. My condolences to Percival as he does step out. And with that, hope you all enjoyed the broadcast. Honestly, the semifinals were hype. The semifinals were intense. They were very back and forth. Like Percival versus ByuN was a lot of fun. Trigger versus NightMare as well. So unfortunate that the finals turned out in such a way, but regardless, GG. GG well played. And we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week for next week's Sparkling Tuna Cup. Again, this is a weekly tournament. Every single week there is a Sparkling Tuna Cup. And our next broadcast should be tomorrow. I say should be. I will say that I'm a little bit under the weather today. I don't know if you noticed, but my sore is actually quite sore. Randomly, my throat is quite sore. Hopefully everything's okay, and when I wake up in the morning, like, we're good to go. But if I'm coming down with something, then we might be missing a couple of casts here. I hope not. I hope we're able to go through it, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel in the morning, and hopefully we're okay. Hopefully we are okay. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But yeah, my throat's not feeling too good. It's not feel yeah. So I'm a little bit thankful it's a shorter series, a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how we appear tomorrow. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We might see you tomorrow for tomorrow's broadcast. You can see here our schedule is full of StarCraft Evolution. Now would not be the time for me to get sick, because look at how much casting we have to do this week. We have StarCraft Evolution, Pegasus Cup, Poncast, more SC Evo. We have Little League Cup. We have KSL. We have MSO, SDC, more StarCraft Evolution. Like, it's a really busy week this week. Now is not the time to get sick, but I'm not feeling too good. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching, I was actually live streaming earlier. I was streaming my ladder session earlier today, my first ladder session in a month, and there was a big wall of red, of course. But if you were there for it, that's where it began. I was coughing quite a bit. During the ladder session, and here during the cast, my throat has suffered as a result. But we'll see what happens. Otherwise, thanks for watching. A big shout as well to Sniper in the chat, to Sniper StarCraft, for supporting the tournament as well, for boosting the prize pool. We all do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, and we'll see you next time. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Canada. Fun fact, we actually cut a few SEL casts from our original schedule. We did. And hopefully we don't cut too much, but we might depending on how we feel. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat to support us. Likewise, you can also support us via just following us. You can follow us here on Twitch, on YouTube, over on Facebook, Instagram. You can join us on Discord. You can join us on Twitter as well. !Socials to support us by following, or to, again, donate monetarily. We have the Matcherino as well, !Matcherino in the chat, so you can boost the prize pool via Matcherino as well. Otherwise, we'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow for some Wardy TV Monday. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time.